I'm here. Barely, but here. All right. So I'm going to wait till people start showing up. My hair's still wet. Whew. Dogs better behave or they're not going to be out. All right. Just waiting for people to come on. Say hi when you get here. I'm put the donation stuff here. Hi, guys. Just waiting for some people to get on here. Hey! My dog. If my dogs don't behave, I'll have to put them away. Okay. That's why I'm kind of late. They were running amok. Hello. Look this stuff up because I don't know it by heart. Hopefully we have more people. Waiting for people to come on. You guys haven't hit the notification button. Make sure you do that. I hope people come on tonight. Let everybody know I was going to go live. Hey, what the heck? Cheyenne. Rats. Come on, where's everybody at? Thank you. I know, look, it's the twin to my background. Yeah, she's my trouble child. That pit mix. She's kind of a blonde color, but she did look white on camera. But yeah, she used to be this big and she looked like a chihuahua, and even the vets thought she was a chihuahua, and she had parvo. And so she was back and forth to the vet a lot. She had parvo, she had parasites, and then she made it through that. And then this last year, I think it was in August, she had to have surgery on her neck because she ate a freaking foxtail. And she's kind of like crazy. Like I have to let her out separate than everybody else because she gets a little wild. I don't know, plays a little rough. So it's just better that way because she acts a little crazy. So, and that was why I'm kind of late, because after I got out of the shower, everybody was like acting crazy. Okay. So I'm going to put the donation stuff here. I don't know. Where is everybody at? I usually have way more by now. I even put it in my group that I was going live. Maybe I should tell everybody I'm here. People don't have their notification bell on. They need to put it. Right. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one, Julianne. Yeah. Hopefully next year we get into a bigger place or a better place for us. That's the plan anyways. You guys better be leaving those cats alone. I can't tell if it's the cats playing or the dog's messing with them. Okay. Where's everybody at? Yeah, people got to make sure that they press that. I'm going to talk about other stuff too, but I'm a little short on pet stuff at the end of the month, and so I needed to do... Shira! Hey! Stop! She's so weird. I needed to do a live tonight to try to get this done. Yeah, I do. It's kind of funny. I told my mom I wanted that for Christmas, and it kind of does remind me of him. He does look a lot alike. Just not as fuzzy. Yeah, I told people they need to hit the notification button. I usually have a lot more by now, so I don't know what the hell's going on. I tried to get on here as soon as I could. Hope this isn't a bust for tonight. People don't know what it takes for me to go live. It takes a lot. Oh, crap. I'm going to create a post for my phone. Yeah, I found I don't know where everybody's at. Now there's only 2 people. I usually have like in the teens by now. What the heck is going on tonight? I found an interconnect with Suzanne. There was I know it's not Suzanne. I posted it in my group, but there was a body found behind a golf course next to a cement plant by storage units. I remember storage unit came up in hers, but so it was in Indiana, and I think that's why there's an interconnect. I hope not. Just when I need to do it, I've been meaning to do this all weekend because I'm low on stuff. Yeah, they are. They are. And somebody's like, it's not Suzanne. I was like, no, I never said it was Suzanne. I posted it in the group and put all the connects and stuff. They are wild. This cat will sit here and pat me until I pet her. Okay, let me see. Where's everybody at? Oh my lord. Where's all my girls? They're usually in here by now. I'm tripping out because we're usually in the teens by now. Don't tell me I put on makeup and did everything for nada. Why? What is going on? I told everybody I was going live tonight, though, so my hair's still wet. I didn't feel like drying it. I mean, I got up and I took a shower and I put on makeup that I'm just going to have to wash off later for everybody. I don't know why the notifications, that sucks because I've been trying to get here all weekend. Just been, I'm still struggling with my energy. I was able to do one reading on Delphi. Haven't put it out yet because I was wanting to do another one because I didn't feel like I got enough. I'm only trying to focus on the perpetrators. I'm not really trying to focus on anything else because I already have been shown what happened. I don't want to keep going over it. I don't want to, keep putting the girls through that. So I just want to focus on the perps. And so I did that reading a few days ago. And actually, they didn't drain me like I thought was going to happen. I had a little chat with them. They were saying that they miss talking to me. And so I told them I wanted them to try to explain, one at a time. But I think they kind of mixed them up a little bit. But still, I want to do one more, I think, before I release it, because I feel like there's stuff that I can get more. But at the same time, when I try too hard, I block myself. So I did that, and I plan on doing another auto-write for world events. If you guys haven't checked back, if you check back, I think it was August, November, the 4th and 5th auto-write of last year. I talk a lot about the vaccines and stuff. And a lot of that stuff that's I brought up has actually happened. So it's pretty interesting. I don't know where. Okay, now we're getting more people. I posted on my page, which I don't even know if you guys get notifications for that. But I usually have a lot more. I told my Facebook group I was coming. I don't know where they are. Hey, what's going on in there? You guys better be behaving. Can't tell if it's the cats messing around or the dog's messing with the cats. YouTube. I don't know why they do this to me. So, yeah, I did that. I'm going to do an all-right. I wanted to do the other reading of Delphi tonight, but it's going to depend on how all this goes and how tired I am afterwards. If anything even happens, because we've only got 5 people. Hoping more people will show up. Stop. So, only a few more days till New Year. I think next year's going to be a little better. I haven't done it all right, so I'm not putting this on the record yet, but I don't think everything is going to be done until 2022 is what I keep getting. 2022 things will be completely back to normal, but I think this year will be a little bit better. I don't know, because the last time I used the rods, they said no, there wasn't going to be an arrest. But that's one of those things that a lot depends on a lot of different things. Just like when I say when I give psychic readings, I can tell you what I'm getting, but it's never written in stone. There's different paths people can take. So it's all going to depend on a lot of different things. So as of the last time I did a live and I used the rods, they said no, there wasn't going to be an arrest. So, but as far as the girls on the other side, they're fine either way. The justice is more for the people that are left behind anyways when it comes to spirit. It's hard to believe, but if you guys have not watched Tragedy by Design on Amazon Prime, I suggest that you do that, because it explains about contracts and things. And although it's hard to believe, people do have contracts with their murderers. My bird always likes to scream when I get on here. Don't ask me why. She said, "Hey, baby," today. But anyways, it explains better than I can about the contracts and how people have contracts. They come here to clear karma, to go through certain things. Sometimes it's vice versa. So a lot of times that's what it is. And it's hard for a human to wrap their brain around it, I think. But girls are okay on the other side. They told me that multiple times. They're happy. They're fine. The justice is more for the people left behind and for the other person to deal with their karma to you know, because if you don't get in trouble for something, you're not getting, you know, I don't know how to explain it. People need to go through the punishment to feel that part of the karma, you know. So that's another reason for catching these people and going through all of this. Why the justice is important. But just like finding bodies, it's mostly for the people that are left behind. And sometimes for them, because sometimes they're not crossed. I haven't come across anything like that, luckily, that I know of. But all right, so we've got 11. Yay, it took you guys forever to get here. I was thinking it was going to be a bust for tonight. I thought it was going to be a bust. I didn't even clear my chakras because I thought that was something we could do together. Many of you may not know how to do that. I thought I would kind of teach it while I did it. Idea kind of just popped in there. I would pick a night that YouTube's acting up. You got 10 people. We're getting there. We are getting there. Make sure all none of the troublemakers are in there. Yeah, I know, but I don't come on here very often, you know. So when I get the energy to come on here, and I come on here, you know, would just figure that it would be a day that there's issues, because I could have just not gotten up and taken a shower and just been on the couch all day for, you know. But December is kind of a slow month for me in terms of, you know, people getting readings and stuff. So kind of screwed for the end of this month. So I needed to try to do something to get some money because I need some litter and food and things like that. Not going to make it till the end of the month. So that's one reason I want to do that. And I wanted to try to start doing this more. It went really well last live. With, you know, the readings that I gave, especially for Donna. We talked about it later, and she said that she went to sleep and something woke her up, and she just happened to pick up her phone and see me live. So I think it was her husband nudging her, hey, get up, you know, because she was kind of waiting for a sign to talk to me. We're friends on Facebook, and I told her, you know, whenever you need to talk to me, just come talk to me. And she hasn't, but she was kind of waiting for a sign, and that was it. And I said, well, go figure. Your husband had to do it live, you know, for everybody to see. But she said, well, I think he did it that way for the people that maybe don't believe in you. Now they have no choice but to, because there was stuff that I didn't know about her, their relationship or anything, because I have her on Facebook, but like we don't talk all the time. I don't know, you know, anything about the relationship and stuff. But I don't remember how I met her. But she was, you know, really happy with that, especially around this time of year, you know, because I think it hasn't been that long since his anniversary. So that was a really good gift for her. And honestly, it wasn't as draining. It came, like I told her, he came through pretty clear. You know, he was very clear and spoke clearly and everything so that I could relay it to her, even though it was live, because that's not something that I really it's hard, you know, I focus so much on the people here that it's hard for me to focus on spirit, I guess. I don't know. I just channel better when I'm typing, but I'm trying to get myself to be able to do this stuff more and be live. I used to do it before, but, you know, I need to try to get up and start doing it again. So we've got 10. That's better than nothing, huh? That's better than the 4 we had. So it's good to see you guys tonight. I hope you all are looking forward to the new year. Like I said, I think I have to do the auto write, but I think we wanted to do an auto write tonight, but I don't know. It just depends on how everything is going to go. How tired I am when this is over, because my energy is still crappy. I had a pain in my side. Like, I don't know if it's just my kidneys acting up or I pulled something, which I don't know how I would have pulled anything, because, like, I don't do anything to pull anything, but I had a really bad pain, like, right here in my back, like, right underneath my ribs, and it was there for, like, 2 days. It's better now, but it was really bad. So, you know, that, and then my energy, I'm still struggling. Some days I'm like, okay, but it's just not enough, you know, like, I need to clean my whole house. I'm just don't have enough energy to do that. So it's like I said, when I come on here, it's like, you know, and it's hard because my couch is a heated couch, and I'll say how I did that. My son, and now I'm losing people. I don't know why everybody's leaving. I can't answer questions till I get, you know, some people here that want questions. But anyways, like, he took the cover off of this old mattress that he had, and it had fiberglass in it. Neither of us knew, so he got it everywhere. He ended up having to get a new bed and stuff. Anyways, I had just bought him one of those heating pads for his bed. Well, he didn't want it anymore because he got a bigger bed. Plus, he's like, no, it's fiberglass. Why don't we throw that away? And it had only been used once. So I was like, oh, no. So I took it and I washed it again, and I put it on my couch underneath my blanket. And so now my couch heats up. It's awesome. But the dogs take it over. I don't even get to lay on it. They take it all up. So, but it helped a lot when I was having that pain right there. I had to kick all the dogs out and lay on it. But I thought it was a pretty good idea. So, since I haven't really, like I said, I've only done one Delphi reading. I haven't posted it or anything yet. I want to do one more, I think, before I post it to you guys. I just feel like the girls gave a lot of good information, but you have to remember that, you know, not everything is going to be for their case as much as I like it to be that way. Why I get interconnects, I don't know. So we all know that how my interconnects work, so it is possible that not everything's going to fit. But I do feel that there's some important information. And I know one thing that they were talking about was they said that one of the guys they knew and was connected to a cousin of theirs, from what I remember. But I don't remember the rest of the reading. There's other things that kind of stuck out, but you guys will just have to wait till I post it, and I'll post it. I'm trying to think if I want to post it or I want to wait till I do the other reading. I don't know. Because I've seen that there's some stuff coming on about some people that were at the bridge that was sent to me last night. Some stuff matches, some doesn't with those people, so I'm not really sure. But he does kind of look like bridge guy. So, and what was weird is I took the picture that is on, somebody sent me to this research page or whatever. So I took the picture of that. It's really clear. And I put it with a sketch that I had done or had drawn up. It's not exact, but it's pretty close. And when I had the sketch done, I always thought it was a Mexican guy because they kept reminding me of my uncle. But I think now that it was just to show, just so I could get the features, you know, like the features, the nose and the cheeks and the round face, the features. That doesn't necessarily mean he is. So we put that side by side last night, and it was very interesting how it matched up. I also had another sketch. I'm going to try to edit it so I can put mine up just to show you guys. I mean, and that's not exact, but I had someone draw it off of what I was telling them. And visions are clear, but sometimes they're not vivid as you need them. But I had 2 drawings drawn up, and I think now that both of them might make sense. So I am going to probably do one more reading on them because like I said, I'm focusing on the perpetrators. I'm not focusing on what happened. I already went over that with the last reading I did for them and the auto rights. So I don't want to keep putting their spirits through that. I don't want to keep going over that. I just want to focus on who did it and maybe even the reason why, but that's about it. I'm getting some of the same stuff I got in the auto rights though. So, and every time I try to get a name, Jay keeps coming in. Now, the day, it was weird because it was the day I heard Poughkeepsie on Supernatural. I went and I got Reiki from someone that's local here. They offered to do it for me. And during the Reiki, I got J, but it was like J-A-Y. I don't know if they meant like the letter J or J-A-Y. And so it has to be significant because I was relaxed. I was getting Reiki and that came in. So that's all I'm going to tell you guys for now. What I wanted to kind of do tonight is we keep losing people, so they go up to 10, 11, and drop back down. I'm sorry if I'm boring you guys. I'm not trying to bore anybody. So what I wanted to do was answer questions, personal questions, life questions, whatever, to people for donations. Donation does not have to be big. It's whatever you feel you can give or whatever you feel the reading is worth. And if I'm having sometimes rods, like the way that it used to be a pendulum and I used to do the pendulum readings. It would give me a yes or no and I would channel off of that. It was weird. So, problems with cats when they always want to jump on my computer. So I started using the rods and I don't know, I can feel the energy from them. So I might use them, I might not, just depending on how easy the information comes to me. So I was kind of waiting because I don't know where everybody is tonight. Like my normal people, I usually have normal regulars on here and I don't know where they are. Because I posted it last night. I posted it last night that I was going to go live. And I don't know why I keep losing people. See, now I'm down to 7 again. What the heck? What the heck, man? So I still think I'm going to work on Alexis just because I got her name last year. When I get time, but I have somebody to help them find a loved one, so I've got to work on that one. And then the other one, Emily, I think was her name, Emily Montgomery. Just because the family wants to know what happened. So I kind of got my plate full. I know that people suggest cases. You can, if you're not in the group, or if you are in the group, you can suggest them in the group. There is a case request, but I never seem to get to my case requests. I do keep track of them all. I have a messenger group that I put them all in, but I just can't seem to get to them. I don't work as much as I would like to work. It's kind of frustrating. I'm losing all the color out of my hair. You know what? I couldn't, all the pink I had in there. I could not wash my hair with cold water tonight. It's too cold in there. I couldn't do it. So I just said, screw it. I'm losing my color. And now we're down to 5. Where's everybody going? Why do we keep going up and down? Is it YouTube glitch, or are people getting off and coming back? Or am I losing them? What's going on here? I've never had it fluctuate so much. Usually I get people on, it gets into the teens, and it stays there. It doesn't fluctuate like this. I don't know what the heck. I wonder if it's a YouTube thing or if it's a me thing. That people just don't want to be here. I don't know. I guess I can be boring. I'm looking for... I don't know. I don't know where everybody is. So now we're down to 5 again. So, I guess I can... It's so weird when I see my name pop up, but it belongs to someone else. Actually, my Christmas was not great. My son, we had Christmas early. We had it the week before, and one of my son's big presents didn't work, and he was a total brat. He's a teenager, so that wasn't a good day. Then, he's just bratty for the last, the next couple days. And they went to his dad's, and I spent Christmas. Well, I was going to spend it alone, but I just went up and cooked dinner for my mom, and that was it. So we don't have a big family or anything like that. It's just me and my mom when my son's not here. So my aunt, she doesn't live here anymore. So we have a small family, just me and her. Toot toot. So it wasn't great. So what happens when your kids get older? It wouldn't even let me take a picture, so it's hard because I see all these people with their big families and stuff and their kids, and I miss when my kid used to be little and be nice. Right? And do you ever get called Rachel? Because I get called Rachel all the time. And I'm like, dude, there's another L and an E. It's obviously not Rachel. So I get called Rachel a lot, but I don't ever see my name very much. I don't, like I was saying, I don't know if any of you guys want your questions answered. We only got 6 people here. I don't know where the heck everybody went. If I put on my makeup for no reason, I'm going to be pissed. Because I've been stressed out for the last couple of days because I was supposed to get some money come in and it didn't come in, and I need litter and I need food and stuff, and I'm stressed out. So, and I don't know why. I think December is so, I understand that people buying gifts for people and stuff, and I think that's why it's so slow, but I think people forget, and I was going to get on here and say it, but like I said, this month has sucked for me. I've been exhausted for some reason. Maybe it's from the whole year. I don't know. But, readings are a great gift for people. A lot of people don't understand. I've had people buy readings for birthdays and stuff like that, and there's nothing like hearing from your loved one, honestly. I feel people shift when I give them readings. It's kind of amazing. They go from being really sad, or if it's a loved one, from really sad to feeling better, to having a little bit of closure, and their healing begins. And I feel their shift. It's like they're really sad and then they shift to a higher vibration after a reading. It's pretty cool. And then, when they have questions about their life or whatever, they always tell me, I feel so much better after talking to you. So even if it just helped, I don't know how it helps, but it seems to raise people's vibration and bring the shift to them. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind because I was supposed to be a Rachel, and then that's where my name derived from. But my grandma said, "Oh, there's too many Rachels," so she made it Rochelle. But she's gonna name me after Rachel from the Bible, and then that's how we got Rochelle. But I was actually known as something else. My grandma gave me a nickname growing up, so I was known as that for forever. I just started using Rochelle like the last few years since I started doing this work, the last 8 years. Before that, I always went by my nickname. So, Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's medical. I think it could be medical because I've got some other stuff going on, and that's another thing why I need to do this. I could get gas to go get blood tests done. So it could be definitely medical, but I wanted to do that and see what my vitamin D could be low. I started thinking about that because I have fibromyalgia, and people with fibromyalgia have low vitamin D, but I don't have any. So, but I need to get some and start taking it and see if it helps. So yeah, it was like this last year too, though. My doctor's like, oh, it's seasonal, but I had other stuff going on. I'm like, I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. Like, it's beyond being tired. It's like, okay, I have fibro throughout the year, but I never get this exhausted, like I can't do anything exhausted. So that's funny. Mine was because my grandma, she thought of me as her ray of sunshine, so she named me Rhea, and I never heard that name until a few years ago, and it started getting really popular, but they spell like REA or RHEA, but mine's RAYA. So that's why. But that's funny. Yeah, and so if I ever had a girl, I was gonna incorporate it, but into Raylene, mine and hers mixed together, but I didn't have a girl, and I don't know if I ever will. So, but I was called that up until all my friends all my friends in school called me that. Everybody knew me as that. I started using my legal name when I started doing this, and actually I don't even like to say my name on here because I don't really want people, some of these perps and stuff knowing who I am. Yeah, it's hard when you don't have like family and stuff, I think, and then especially if you're on Facebook and then you see everybody else has their family and their kids are little and they're enjoying Christmas. It's like, and they get gifts and stuff. I got this. I was happy with that, and I got a computer, so I can't really complain. When I had an Earth Angel give me with that, so I can't really complain. But I don't know, and I didn't get it on Christmas, so it was weird. Like, Christmas Day felt just like another day because we had celebrated it before, and my son is just he's such a difficult person. He's so much like his father. He's not like me. We're so different. And he used to be kind of like me when he was younger, but now he's more like his dad. And even when he talks, he sounds like him. Like, the way he talks, it drives me insane. It's like I'm talking to his dad all over again, but it's my son. It's weird. I don't know. We're so different. Like, he used to be so spiritual and stuff when he was younger, and now he tells me all this is fake and stuff. So we're not vibing like we used to, that's for sure. And he's gonna be 16 in January, and it's just like, I really honestly don't like the teenage years. I don't. Other than I don't even feel like really a mom that much because he's been going to his dad's more. If it wasn't for my animals, I'd be so depressed. I'd be so depressed because I don't have any friends that I go and see. I don't have any friends local to me. Actually, there's a lot of drama in this town, and I can't wait to get out of here. I had a lot of friends that were here, but they ended up being fake. So, I kind of can't wait to get out of here and make a fresh start. Well, not really with him. It's not just his age. Trust me. He's been like this since he was a baby. When he was a baby, all I did was cry. When he was a toddler and growing up, he was like a jerk toddler. I don't know how to explain it. My mom always said he's always been so mean to me because he used to like beat me up, even growing up as a toddler. I don't know how to explain it, but he has ADHD and a couple other things. So I try to be understanding about that. But yeah, he's a tough kid. He's got a very tough chart. He's a Capricorn, but his moon, which is his emotions, is a Scorpio. So his emotion, the way the Scorpio is how his emotions are. And then his rising sign is an Aries, so his chart's all messed up. he's got a tough one, and I think that's part of my lesson, is for him to be such a challenge for me, and he's always been a challenge since he was a baby. But there was moments where we were closer, but as he's gotten older, it's like Mom don't exist no more. But the good thing about him and us is he does always come to me and tell me things. Like, we do have that open relationship to where he can tell me things and be open and honest about it, and he knows that I'll understand and talk to him about it. But it's sad that he used to be so spiritual, and just now he's not anymore. I just wish he would, because he is gifted. He blocks it, but he is, and he's such a powerful healer that it kind of sucks. And I hope that one day he finds it again, but I know that we all got those lessons to go through and those things to go through, and it's just sad because I know that I regret how I was to I wasn't really bad, but I was a teenager and my mind was somewhere else, and I wish I would have spent more time with my grandma, because she passed when I was 20, I think. 20, or maybe it was 19. I don't know. It was 2002. And, so I had a lot of regrets with, I wish I would have been better to her. And oh Lord, I don't want him to have those kind of regrets. Just because something falls doesn't mean you all need to run in there. Let me go see what fell. I'll be right back. Hey! Don't fight over it. For once, there was something John running there over. You guys didn't move, though. I don't blame you. All right. Sorry about that. Cat's knocked off a cereal box. Usually it's nothing, but this time it was. So, Jesus, where is everybody tonight? This is crazy. I've never had 5 people. It makes me feel sad. No one loves me. No one loves me tonight. I don't know where everybody's at. I know. He usually runs in there, but there's 3 dogs that weren't even phased. They're like, screw it. I ain't going to get anything anyways. Everybody else running in there. I hate it because sometimes it's like a bottle will get knocked off and they all take off and run, or they hear a noise, and it's like they all have to go see what it is. It's kind of irritating. Yeah, he's my twin to that one. He's a good boy. There's treats named after him, Zook Treats, and it's spelled the same way too, which is weird because he came with that name and I thought it was ZOOK, and I was like, you know what, I don't like that. I'm gonna change it to ZOUK. And I know everybody's saying that there's no notification. It sucks. I feel like I'm not loved tonight. Anyways, I noticed. Anyway, so I changed his name to ZOUK. I didn't change his name, but I changed the spelling, I think. ZOUK. And hi, Gonzo. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying. I don't know if you saw my live last time, but I had some stuff validated about Suzanne and the development, the new development area. So I don't know. You can fast forward everything else, but I think it's like 40 minutes in or something. But I asked some questions and it was validated by these. So, I mean, they're extension of me, but still, a lot of times these things are pretty accurate. Not always, but so. Anyways, he has his own treats now. It's Zouk. I just thought that was funny because I think it was before I ever saw him. Oh. Yeah, you don't have to watch the whole thing. Just go to the part where I'm working with the rods on the last live I did. I don't know if that'll help. I mean, there's not really anything you can do about it, but I know everybody's saying that their notifications aren't coming in, and I don't know what the freak, because I needed the notifications to work tonight. Because it takes a lot for me to come here and do this stuff. Even if I'm just talking, it's tiring to me. If anybody is a clairsentient or a empath, you know what I mean. You get tired just being around people, energy, anything. And so that's how it is for me too. Like, I get tired even from just shopping. I come home just from being around people. I get exhausted. So, and it didn't used to ever be like that, but I think I might be getting a little bit stronger in my gifts in that department, which is what I need to get stronger in because it will help with mapping. So, I don't know, dude. I don't know where everybody is tonight. Usually I have in the teens. And so, but still, if anybody wants to answer questions, it's in here. I'm here. And like I said, the donations don't have to be big or anything. Just whatever you think. Instead of putting everything from last live to my internet, I should have flipping saved a little bit because now I'm stressed. It was weird though, and I don't see him on here, so maybe he didn't catch, maybe he hasn't caught it yet, but I had a freaking paper in my shoe. I had a guy reach out to me he's a truck driver, but he's watched or listened to my Stitcher podcast. It's weird because those Stitcher podcasts came out years ago, but I guess people still listen to them. And so he messaged me today. I'm doing questions. I'd have to clear really quick because I didn't do that. I thought if we had enough people, we'd all clear together, but I only see 5. It keeps going up. We were all the way up to 11, and then everybody dropped off. Apparently, I'm not interesting enough to stick around for. Okay, hang on 1 second. Let me clear myself up. So if anybody of you guys don't know how to clear your chakras, so the base chakra is red, and I usually just see, it spiraling out, and I usually put like a symbol with each of them too. So mine's an eagle flying, and then I wrap my spine with like the kundalini with gold as it goes up, and so then, and you see this in your mind's eye, and so the next one I do is orange, and I use flowers and trees for that one, and then same thing with the spine. I just started doing that spine thing after I started learning more about the kundalini. And then the next one is yellow. And I usually do the tapping too. If you guys haven't tapped your chakras, tapping is really good for them. like this. And so yellow, I do yellow, and then I see fire. And the gold up, and then green. And I see a heart expand. White buffalo, eating grass. White buffalo is sacred. Throat chakra, light blue. River. And blue spiraling. Then my third eye is kind of weird. Everybody does it different, but this is just how I do it. And it's always worked that way. I've done it this way for a long time. The third eye, I always see the third eye open in the color that I like. And since I love purple, it's always purple. And I see all the details in the third eye, and it's open. And then they say the unicorn is, and the unicorn horn has a lot to do with the third eye. So I usually see a unicorn horn coming out, and then the color indigo coming out from that. And then the crown chakra, we're going to do this one. Crown chakra, I see kind of like a lotus opening up, a purple flower, and then lightning coming down. That's the lightning is supposed to symbolize coming from source. I forgot who told me it was from a goddess or something. I can't remember why I do it, but that's how I do it. I have other ways. I have you on Facebook. Do you have Facebook Pay? You can send it in there. Or I have Venmo, Cash App, or what's the other one? Zelly even. It's okay. What's your question? I need something to do anyways. Stop, Cheyenne. The Venmo app, probably Vimo, however you're saying it. I will probably say it wrong. I have a hard time reading stuff and pronouncing it right, but that app is easy to add. So is Cash App and linking it. But what's your question? I also work specific cases for donations too. I just have a little bit of a line right now. But if someone donates, I usually move it up. Okay, if I am a healer and am highly spiritual going through a higher consciousness, when will I begin to read tarot, crime, or whatever? What's the next step for me? I don't know. Okay, so not everybody. Okay, so everybody can be psychic. Not everybody can be a medium. Every medium is not psychic. I think that's how it goes, or maybe it's the other way. Every psychic is not medium. So, you kind of have to go, like, meditation is really the key into opening up and to getting stronger. And I mean, a lot of meditation. When I first started, I did a lot of meditating. I did different meditations. I did a lot of chakra meditations. I did a lot of opening up meditations, and I did a lot of journeys. Like they can be shamanic journeys, but also they're called like the visualization meditation. That helps opening up, your clairvoyance, your visualization, and things like that. So that's where you have to start. Then after that, I started with cards. Cards and other tools are good ways to start opening you up. As you notice, I don't use cards anymore. I couldn't stay with the cards because I couldn't remember the meanings of each of them. So I had a hard time remembering what the cards were about. I started that way, and they were always pretty accurate. So, I mean, there's not ever a specific time that you need to start with cards. You can start with cards anytime. So, like, you could start with cards tomorrow. Just watch YouTube videos on how to read cards. I can't tell you how to read cards because, honestly, it's been years since I've done it. And I would just I don't even remember how I did it, but I used to do card readings. And I used to use them to get a better understanding. What do you have? Right here. I'll be right back. 1 second. How did you get that then? Where is it? Give me that. Look, carrying that around the house. Give me that. Sorry, I had to go get this out of her mouth. So, anyway, so you could start cards tomorrow. What cards will do and what tools will do is they will open you up more, and they will get you to learn how to start reading for others, how it feels to get information, things like that. Then the next thing you need to do is practice. Practice makes perfect. So join some groups. There's free reading groups where you go in, developmental groups, and you can type them in on Facebook. You join them and you start doing readings. And that's how you learn how you get information, because we don't all receive information all the same way. You might not be clairvoyant now, but you might be later. Our gifts kind of grow and develop over time. I started mostly with being I've always been very clairvoyant. I've always been very visual. And so clairvoyance and clairaudience kind of came in together. And that's what my main things are that I work with. But I also am getting, I'm claircognizant, which is clear knowing. I just know things. And clairsentient, which is the feeling part. A lot of people think that they're just empaths when they just feel like that. But a lot of it is they're also claircognizant. So it's really up to you as to where you want to take your journey. But you have to... Stop. You have to take the next step. It's not going to be like, okay, Spirit's going to tell me I have to do this. If you're feeling drawn to a specific thing, then do it. Learn about it and do it. I went from cards to runes to pendulums to whatever. And I think tools are really important to open up. But sometimes, like, I don't really use tools. I started using these, but, it's kind of just for, I don't know. Sometimes I can channel off of them, I guess, for the answers. I'm having a hard time connecting. So that's what I would suggest, is just grabbing a tool, start practicing, going from there. Not everybody's meant to do crime. Crime is really hard. You see a lot in your mind. You have to be able to handle that. You have to be able to handle the things that you're being shown. You have to be able to know how to explain things. So that's why some people are drawn to the true crime and they do really well in it, and some stay away from it and don't, because you're going to be reading about kids being killed and things like that. So you have to make sure that you're able to handle it. It's a lot of responsibility, and it's a lot to, put on your plate and be able to handle. I was working for a little bit before I decided to go into that area. And then you just have to try it and see if you're good at it, because that might not be your area, or it might be your area. If you're feeling drawn to it, start learning how to do it. But you're not going to get into crime until you learn how to channel, until you learn how to be a channel, how you learn how spirit communicates with you, how you learn what your symbols are, because everybody has different symbols. My symbols are not going to be the same as your symbols, and vice versa. Like, I see a breakup. Okay, so a lot of times when they show me that a union is meant to be, like, they show me the hands together and they show me them wrapped together. Or they show me, I haven't done one in a while, so I know it when I see it, but they'll show me like a braided rope. And then if it breaks, then the relationship is breaking up. So that's just a symbol. It's just one of the symbols I can think of that they show me. So, you have to understand what your symbols mean. You have to understand. Yeah, it is. It's a lot. Like I said, it takes us. When I used to talk to my mentor about this, because I said, I can handle it. I don't know why I can handle it and other people can't. Like, I can't watch it on TV. I can't watch horror on TV, but I can handle it in my mind. And she said, it's because you are, you're seeking justice and you're too focused on the justice to realize what you're seeing. And plus, when spirit shows me, it depends on also how vivid your clairvoyant is. A lot of times spirit won't be too graphic with you, and sometimes they will, but they kind of give you what you can handle. So I've been able to, if you're going to do crime, you have to be able to separate yourself. There's times that I've gotten emotional, like I think I cried on I think it was Anaya's or something, but it was her emotions I was feeling. So you also have to understand, like I always say, when you're getting into this work, it's best to watch Tragedy by Design on Prime, because it will teach you and you will understand more of how the contracts work and all of that, why this stuff happens. Because once you have an understanding of that, then you're able to understand it better, and it's not as hard. You know what I mean? As hard as it is as humans, we come here knowing that we're going to go through that stuff. So the spirits can handle it. It's called Tragedy by Design, and it's on Amazon Prime. I did do a live of it in my group a long time ago for people that didn't have Amazon Prime, but I think you can get a free trial or whatever. But I suggest you watch that. I suggest that to all my students, and I suggest that to anybody that's going to get into spiritual work. It's made by mediums and stuff, and they explain how the contracts, how the blueprints and everything works, which is important to know if you're going to be doing this work. So suggest you watch that. And if you have to watch it a couple times or whatever, I enjoy watching it. I've watched it a few times. I learn something new from it every time, though it's stuff I've already known, but it makes it a little bit easier for me to explain it to you guys. So, they also have some other ones on there. One's about the other side, what happens when you die kind of thing. That's a good one to watch. So, yeah, I mean, you have to kind of take the avenue that you have to figure out how information comes to you and how you're able to deal with it. Because some people, like, they can't do kids, even, as a medium, people don't understand, for one, how much energy it takes. It takes a ton of energy to do this work. For two, it can be pretty tough sometimes, because you have to sometimes try to describe a passing or what you're being shown, and you have to do it in a way that you would want to be told. So you have to watch your wording is a big thing. What's what called? I'll put it here. And then they have, I think it's what happens. I think is what it's called. and I think they're by the same people. But there's mediums in it talking about it. Now, if you wanted to get into, like I said, crime, you would want to watch things like Sensing Murder on Tubi. They also have an Amazon Prime, but Tubi has all of them. And you would want to do Psychic Detectives, Psychic Investigators, things like that. Because that's how you can learn, by watching others and by reading. If you can read, because I have a hard time. When I first started, I read a lot about things, but now I don't really. Auto writing, I also began that way. That's a good way for some people to start. Just make sure you protect yourself first. But my favorite is Sensing Murder. So that shows you how a psychic investigator works. It takes a, I'm not one of those that I can just work on a case and leave it alone. Like, sometimes I work weeks, sometimes I work months, sometimes I even work years. Like, I'll leave the case and then come back later. And that's because I'll be pulled back in or whatever. But it takes a lot. They don't just tell you where you are. You got to get on a map and you got to try to find where they're talking about. It's one of the hardest parts of mediumship and psychic mediumship that anybody can do. And finding a body is literally almost impossible, even if you're a psychic medium. It can be done. It has been done. And sometimes they do get exact spots, but sometimes we get within miles, And so it's hard. And you have to realize people aren't going to listen to you. It's a pain in the rear because cops don't listen. And then if they go there and you're wrong because you misunderstood, it's just, you have to kind of get used to reading first. I got used to doing readings. I got used to how I was getting information first, and then Spirit led me this way. I didn't lead myself this way. Spirit did. Hang on one second. Where did you get that at? What are you guys doing? Shane got his stuff. I can't deal with this right now. You guys are getting my rear. Sorry about that. I went in there and there's Cheerios all over the counter. So, you kind of just have to see where you go. You have to fill things out. So start with your card reading, start with your pendulum, start with tools. They will open you up more. Make sure you continue to do your meditations. Like, I need to get back into doing that. I don't find the time, and it's really bad. But I think it would open me up more if I did it. Make sure you're clearing your chakras and things like that. Also, by learning more information about the other side, about contracts, about blueprints, about how things work in the spirit realm, also opens you up. Kind of lets your guides know everything that you're ready. So those are good ways. But you don't want to get into crime right away. You want to wait and see what you're pulled to and how you receive information. You know what I mean? Because I get so frustrated sometimes, like, doing this work. I get very frustrated because I'm like, why can't you just give me more information that I need to find you? Like, show me, pull me on a map or something. But it's not that easy. And sometimes, like I said, I'll feel things, but I don't know why I feel it, and then it doesn't get checked out, and you're just sitting there wondering, well, why did I feel that? Is there something there? Did somebody miss something? Has to be right. So there's a lot of frustration that comes with this work as well. But there's times that you have to just drop it and leave it in the universe's hands. That's kind of what I did with Stephanie. no one was listening to me, so I kind of just said, okay, if she's meant to be found, she'll be found. And I got information about her being found because it intertwined with Kobe's crash, which was weird. But, you know, I don't work the same as somebody else works. We all work differently. So you have to go by how you're working. Hey, stop doing that. Shira, stop. Weirdo. Right. And, I mean, you can always ask Spirit to show you different ways, show you easier, but at the same time, they need to be able to get you the information and be able to show you what they need to show you, you know. So you have to make sure that you're able to handle it. And if it's too much, you need to tell them, you know. There's been times where, come here, Suki, come here. Suki! Something in your mouth. There's been times where, stop it. Oh my gosh, you guys are getting crazy all of a sudden. There's been times where I've had a spirit get too close and I felt it and it was too much and I told them they needed to back up a little bit. I've had them where they talk too fast and you need to slow down a little bit, you know. So you're still in charge. You always have to be in charge. You always have to make sure your boundaries are there so that you're not getting unwanted people unwanted spirits talking to you. Or that it's not confusing or coming at too much or whatever. Like when I'm shut down, I'm usually shut down. I used to get more random stuff than I get now. I don't know if that'll pick back up again, but I had a whole list of random stuff I was getting for a while. I was also working a lot, so. Yeah, I know. This one especially, every time I'm on a live or I'm channeling or I'm whatever, she always comes over here. She's a little spiritual thing. But they're all being little shits right now. Yes, it is. Just because you don't hear your guides does not mean you're not communicating with them. All you have to do is talk to them. Everybody thinks that communicating with your guides is like a major thing. Like they're going to just talk to you and you're going to know exactly who they are and what they're saying. It's not like that. Our guides communicate us all the time in different ways by giving us visions, by giving us thoughts, by giving us ideas, by making us see repeating numbers and we look it up and it's a message. You know, it's not always straightforward. It's not as straightforward as people think. So when you're doing spiritual stuff, you're always in communication with your guides. You just don't realize it. And that's fine. I mean, you don't have to talk to them all the time, but if you need help, you talk to them and you're given the answer in some way, shape, or form. Shira, quit. Hey, quit it. Hold on. Quit. Knock it off. She's such a weird dog. She's fixed and she like tries to hump my my oldest, the matriarch of the pack, the alpha. She always tries to hump her, and it's weird. I don't know why she does that. It's gross. She's so weird like that. I don't know why she does that. I know it's a dominance thing, but it's like, and she's a girl. It's just weird. I don't know. I don't like watching that. I'm like, stop. So. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes into this that people don't, understand and realize, and it's a lot of work, especially to get started. It's a lot of work, and then it's a lot of work to keep it going. So people just think it's so easy, and it's not, like I had someone today say, well, I'll just send you random questions, after that, instead of just sitting down for reading. I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that. Like I sit down, I get ready, I connect, and that's when I'm ready to communicate. I don't do it throughout the day. I kind of, spirit knows when I'm ready, and that's when I start answering questions. Now there'll be some times where I'm scrolling through my Facebook and I'll hit a group that's asking a psychic question, and I'm not approved in there, so I'll just say not approved, but I answer it, because something comes to me that I need to say. But yeah, so I hope I'm making sense. You just have to, start from basics. Don't just start, I'm going to go into crime and be this big psychic detective. Start from basics. Do regular mediumship if you can. Like I said, not all psychics are mediums. You just have to see your medium, obviously, because you're talking about things that mediums do. So, start with practicing. Start with tools. And then work your way up to see what comes next, what you can handle, how you get your information, and where you want to go from there. Because it's not just do the reading and stopping. You also have to kind of investigate what you've got for your reading. And it's not easy. Okay. I love what I do, but it's not easy. There's a lot that goes into it. And then you also get a lot of, back in the day, I would get my feelings really hurt by people bagging on me, and especially I had most of it, I think, was in Shanann's reading. And because on my old one, I had like 80,000 views or something on that one. And I got a lot of flack. And for a while, I got a lot of flack. Like, I don't know if you've seen, I posted it in the group, but I got a message calling me an attention whore and saying I'm not a medium because mediums can't talk. You talk to spirit and all this kind of stuff. It was ridiculous. And so, you get a lot of hate. You have to be able to handle that too. I used to care. It was really hard for me to understand why people were so mean in the way that they are, because I see things a certain way, and then I learned I just block them and do my best to ignore them. Does it still get to me? Yeah, a little bit, but because I get very protective over my gifts. You know what I mean? I get very protective, and I'm just like, this is what Spirit's giving me. But at the same time, it's like, you don't have to listen. It's your free will. Just like Spirit said last year. Like I said, go back and look at 4 and 5 from last year. They're talking about the vaccines and how there's going to be all these side effects with them. They don't suggest that you take it. Spirit can tell you that all you want, but you have the free will on if you're going to do it or not. So my readings, when it comes to the world events and stuff, are just telling you what Spirit's saying is going to happen, or just telling you what Spirit wants to talk about. But you don't have to listen, and you don't have to agree or anything. You have the free will to do that. That's part of having free will. Just like I always tell people, I can give them a psychic reading and tell them everything that Spirit's saying, but it's not set in stone. People don't understand that readings are about possibilities. You still have the free will to take a different path, to take a longer route, or anything. It's not set in stone. No psychic reading is set in stone. Doesn't mean that one day it might not happen, but it might not happen in the time that you think. That's why I don't like to give timelines, because things can shift depending on what's going on. So that's what a lot of people don't understand. They also think that psychics are supposed to know everything about you and everything, period. That's not how it works. We don't know everything about everybody. If it worked like that, that would be awful, because everybody would be in our business. It doesn't work like that. We only go by what we're giving. So we go by the information that is given to us. If information is not given to us, then we don't know it. So we don't know everything. We're not God. But a lot of people think, oh, you're psychic, you should know my name, my address, my phone number. No, it doesn't work like that. Sorry. And just like, a lot of people say, why don't you get names and cases? If Spirit doesn't give it to me, I can't get it. You know what I mean? Not God. I don't know everything. I can only give you what I'm shown and what I'm told. That's how it works. And we are not God. We're not supposed to have those godly-like powers where we know everything. But, you get a lot of people in the Bible, from the Bible. This guy was supposedly from the Bible, but he's a woman beater. But anyways, trying to say that it says in there that you can't speak to Spirit. It doesn't say that anywhere in there. For crying out loud, God had prophets. God's the one that gave you my gifts. Where do they think these gifts come from? They're doing things to help the good. They're not doing things negative. Now, if you were working with demons, you would be hurting people, not helping people. It makes no sense. It's common sense, people. So you see what I'm saying? I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but these are just issues that you have to deal with and that you have to understand, because you will come across people that think you're supposed to know everything about them. It doesn't work like that. And we all read differently. Like my intuitive guidance, I call it intuitive guidance. I don't really call it a psychic reading because it runs off of questions and their guides answer the questions. Sometimes their guides will give future information or whatever, but right. Well, not only that, but God had prophets, right? He had prophets that had dreams. What do you think that is? That's being psychic. Hello. So it's ridiculous. Then a lot of people misunderstand what the Bible says and they twist it. Plus, they don't understand the Bible was written by man. But they also, what are you doing? Zook, stop. They also twist a lot of stuff. Because I watched this one lady, and this is not to get all into that or anything, and she was on TikTok, and she said she studied the Bible over and over. She's gone to classes. She does blah, blah, blah. She's got all these doctrines in it and all that. And, you know, she said how everybody says that, she says how everybody says that being gay is in the Bible and it's a sin. And then she goes on to explain that that's not true, that it's never said that. Pedophilia is in the Bible, but not being gay. And she goes on to explain it. And I can't explain it the way she does because I'm not expert or anything. But she says a lot of people twist it and kind of say what they want to say to make it a sin, and they're just stupid. So it's talking about pedophilia. It's not talking about people being gay, you know. And a lot of times that happens because they're the other gender too much in their other lives, and so they come with that here and they have a hard time switching genders. That's why that happens sometimes. And sometimes it's for the lessons, but they choose it. So anyways, I went off rambling again like I always do, but hope you guys learned something from it. Hope you guys learned something from what I was saying. Hi, yes you are. Everybody's late. It's okay. I was like, what the heck is going on? Because I only have like 5 people on here. And I was like, that's not normal because usually usually I've got in the teens or even in the 20s sometimes, and it usually stays, but this time it's going, up and then down to 5 and then up and then down to 5, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, you guys. What fell this time? 1 second. I should really put you guys in the crate when I do my live. Here's how you're gonna be. Watch out! What are you doing? Get out of here. Go. It's a freaking water bottle. You guys are parking. Okay. I know, baby. What? I have to get back in there. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. These little stinks don't start behaving. So. Oh. It's okay. I just went over that. So you can rewatch the live, but basically, meditation is huge, okay? Especially when you're first starting. Then auto writing or working with a tool, cards, pendulums, things like that, whatever you're drawn to. Is another way to grow. Also, learning about it, reading things, watching videos like I was telling her, watching on Amazon Prime, Tragedy by Design, watching on, there's another one about the other side on there. And then practice. So if you practice, you'll get stronger. You'll understand how your gift works and all of that, how you get information, how you receive information, because I'm not going to work the same that you work. Actually, I don't see anybody else that works the way that I work. So, we're all unique and different in our own ways, and you're just going to have to see how you work. But that's how you practice making your gift stronger, is by practicing, by meditation, by clearing your chakras. And I mean doing all kinds of meditation, chakra meditation, visual meditations, all different kinds of meditations. There's ones for improving your gifts as well. Binaural beats are good. But, and like I said, I went from the meditation to cards, to pendulums. But the cards really brought open my gift a lot. And then one day I didn't need them anymore. So sometimes people have to stay with it. And sometimes it's, I don't need them anymore. I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to channel spirit. I'm not going to use the cards anymore. And some people don't do that, So, yes, I do believe in the law of attraction. Actually, many times, there's been times where I'm like, I visualize things. I've been visualizing moving for the last 8 years and where I was going to go. And hopefully that'll happen next year. I had a vision board. Everything that basically I put on my vision board happened. It just didn't happen in the way I thought it would. But there's a lot of times where I'm like, and sometimes I think it's my guides and God or higher power or universe, whatever. I'll put it out there like, hey, I'm really stressed out about this bill. Hey, I'm really stressed out because I need dog food. And I'll get a reading or money or something will come in to where it helps me with that. So I do definitely believe in the law of attraction. Yes, it is like strengthening a muscle, but also you have to learn how you work, because not everybody works the same. So you have to learn what your symbols are and everything. But if you don't practice, you're never going to know. But like I always say that tools are good at opening people up, because that's how it opened me up. It was kind of weird. It was like, and then my auto writing and stuff also opened me up. But once I opened the grief group, I really expanded. So, I'm sorry. I have to go back up here and read this. Oh, no. Well, hopefully she's okay, Leisha. That's tough. The good thing is at least you had them, at least you were able to take her. But, yeah, we're getting ready to get a storm in here. Hopefully I don't get cut off from you guys. Sorry, I need the charger. Don't look at me like that. My computer is dying. Yeah, you never messaged me so that I could send you those teas and stuff. Well, yeah, but at the same time, like, we write our contracts before we come here. So we have a basis of, Zook! Hey! Stop it, or I'm going to put you in the crate. I'm not dealing with that right now. Messing with the cats. Knock it off. So, what was I saying? A little shit of a dog. Okay, so what I was saying was, that we have our blueprints and that a lot of stuff we plan before we come. So we plan, but you can take a lot of different roads to get there. So it's always was explained to me, one main highway, different roads you can take to get to that one main highway. Hey, depending on the free will that you have and that you choose. So, Zook, come here. You're messing with my kitten and I don't appreciate it. So basically that's, yes. And it comes from the universe. It comes from God. It comes from our guides. They all kind of work together to bring us what we need. And if they feel that we need it. I do a lot of work for spirit and stuff. So I find that a lot of my prayers are answered. Plus I have a lot of amazing followers and a lot of earth angels that help me out. Because they pay it forward because I pay it forward. Like, I do it by doing a lot of these cases for free, but also, if I see a homeless person with a dog, I'll buy him food, I'll buy him food for their dog or whatever. You know, I try to help people because if everybody helped people, we'd be much better. And I noticed that when I help people, it comes right back around to me. So, you know, when you help people, it really does come right back around. It was weird because, for instance, we were talking about that. Me and my mom, we were talking about how it's weird that like whenever you help people, it seems to come right back to you. She took all the change that she had and she gave it to this guy. He's obviously a drug addict, but he was hungry and he was sitting in the corner. And I was like, it's okay, Mom, just give it to him. And so later on, we were in Walmart and she went shopping and she couldn't afford everything that she got. So we started putting stuff back. Well, she looks in her wallet and there's $20 and she swears that $20 was not there before. She said, I looked all through my wallet and there was not $20 in there. So, you know, I don't know how it happened, but it was there when she needed it. Curses they're kind of, I don't know. The way that I believe is that, yes, there are such things as generational curses. Yes, people can do witchcraft on you, okay? But a lot of the lessons and stuff that we go through are things that we chose to go through for the lessons we needed to go through. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's very hard. But it's to evolve our soul so we can go to a higher level. I've never worked. There's only one time I've ever worked with a curse. And that was one of my friends on Facebook. She was very suicidal. And she messaged me and she swore she had a curse. So I think that curses only have the power that you give them. She said everything was going wrong. She was suicidal, blah, blah, blah. So I had this really strong curse prayer. And I did the curse prayer for her. And she said she felt different. She felt amazing. And now she's living a happy life. I see a lot of good stuff from her. So I think it did save her life. Whether it removed a curse or not, I don't know. She felt like it did. I mean, a lot of people, because the lessons that they chose, they think they have a curse. And it's just that we chose to go through a lot to evolve higher. I can't remember. I got a bombing, but I think the bombing was on... you would have to go back into my auto rates, but I have 5 of them. I was going to do another one tonight, but I don't know if it's going to get done tonight. Let me look. I did get it on a federal building. I thought that already happened. I got it a lot. Oh, wait. Do I have more than 5? No, wait. Hold on. Let me look because it's coming up on a lot of my stuff. 1 second. Oops. I got a federal building, and I think that came in a while ago. I mean, I think that already happened. What the heck? I said bomb. I got this back in August 8th of 2019. This is auto right 4. I also see a bomb and bomb threats. This is coming before. So I did get a bomb in that auto right. It didn't say where or anything. It came in after the snipers that I got. And right before the plane. I got a lot of plane crashes, but I haven't really seen the ones that I've gotten. Then this was Random Vision 512. Let's see. I don't think I put this on YouTube, but I put it on Facebook because it was Random Vision. I'm reading it. Yeah, this was the bomb in the federal building. I don't know how close, if this was close to a federal building or whatever, but this was, that one was the random one. And then Zook! That little shit. Get in here. There comes a certain time of night where he starts missing. Get in here and leave those cats alone. I know it's your time of night to mess with them, but stop. Shit. Well, you also have to kind of change your thought process. So you kind of have to change. Look, it's a rare sighting of magic. She never comes out. She doesn't like being out here. You kind of have to start thinking differently. Why is my auto right 9 not showing up? Because our thought process can make things worse. When things start going bad, we start thinking negative and we start, Zook, stop. We start thinking negative and we start being negative and it causes more stuff. So, but a lot of times when things happen, it's for a lesson. We're always learning a lesson from it. I go through those phases too, where I have a lot of bad stuff happen, but then after that, I get out of the phase and I have good stuff happen. I had an auto right 9, but it's not showing up for some reason, which is really irritating me. Okay, yeah, I think that's the only place I got it. So it could have been that. Yeah, but I mean, there's probably lots of Alicia Danielles. Mine usually says a psychic sleuth on it if you can find me, because I want to send you that. Well, I did get it, but it just says bombings and bomb threats, so it wasn't very specific. But it was of August of last year, so I've been noticing I've been getting things a year ahead of time, so probably what they were talking about. Sometimes they're a little more specific, sometimes they're not. So I know, but I want to send you that information on that stuff. So that's why I'm saying I need you to message me so I can send you that information. Zook! Stop chasing him. Jeez. It's at that time of night where he likes to mess around. Get up here and lay down. Stinker. I didn't see anything. Well, message me then. Message me so I can send you. I mean, I did post it on my wall, but message me. I don't think I don't know. I felt like it was time to do another auto write. I haven't actually done one in, I think, a while. It's been a long while since I did one. I'm hoping it's not been a year, because I needed to do it this year for next year, because usually my stuff comes out about a year later. Zook! That's random. I want to see when the last one was I did, because I've been meaning to do it for a long time, but I think I only did 5 of them. Yep. I did 5. They're all on YouTube, but excuse me. The last one I did was November 17th of last year. So yeah, I should do one. As long as stuff keeps coming through, I'll do it. When it stops, I'm done. So this whole year I've been meaning to do it, but I kind of didn't want to get on the political stuff, because people are weird. They don't like to know, even though it's coming through spirit, they want to argue with you, And if they don't like what you're saying, they want to be kind of bratty about it. So I kind of want to stay away from the politics. And I knew that if I did it, like I was going to go to a lot of political bullcrap. So between that and the cases, I just haven't been able to get it done. No, message me on Facebook. For what, Leisha? Message me on Facebook. And I can message you that stuff. But anyways, I didn't want to get in on that. Between that and the cases, I just haven't, in this whole month, it's been bullshit. I haven't had the energy to do it. So but all the stuff that I've gotten in the other auto rights, a lot of it has already happened. So I'd say that my stuff, you guys don't have to just go see what they're doing every time you hear a noise. They're messing in their boxes. For crying out loud. It's working good. It's working good. I haven't actually seen the angel that got it for me on here lately. I should text her and see if she's okay. I get busy. And I get lazy. But if you guys have not hit the notification button on my channel, make sure you do that. If you want to check these out, I can send you the link for that. But anyways, yeah, I should have done an auto write by now, but I thought that if I did, I thought I should do just an auto write for the end of the year. Anyways, just to see. Too many. I don't do it for a certain amount of time. I just do it till I quit getting information. I don't know, if they don't start behaving themselves, they're not going to be out when I do this. I can check right now. I don't have a message from you. But if people don't pay attention to the news and stuff, they don't get, everything that I've hit on. Which, well, hang on, let me check. And the way it comes in, is kind of one right after another. You are, but you sent me on, you sent it on the sleuth stuff. Yeah, but it's not, it wasn't all auto write. It wasn't all Delphi. I mean, it was multiple cases, past, present, and future. I realized that later on. I actually, like I was saying in the beginning of this, I did another reading on them, trying to focus on just the perps. And I finished it, but I haven't released it yet because I want to do one more. I was actually going to try to do it today, but my person's probably asleep. So, I feel like I need to do one more before I release it. I don't know. I always feel like I never get enough information. Oh, shoot. Crap. Hold on 1 second. I'm talking to Leisha. I don't know if that's how you want me to say your name or not. I'm trying to find those videos. Hopefully they're still in this part. Because I want to send you those teas and stuff before I forget. Let me see. There's this one. That's a link because they wouldn't let me save the thing. That's supposed to be a really good one. I have to find this. Where is it? It's not. I have to go find it again. Okay. This auto write was different. These were world event auto writes. I don't do cases auto writes anymore because I get too many cases coming in at once instead of just what I'm focusing on. I usually do it with someone to keep me focused on. I mean, I still get other information and interconnects, but it's not as bad as when I'll have to go find it again. Alicia, because it's not popping up on my thing. So I'll have to go find it. And then I'll send it to you through your messenger now that I have you. Yay. It only took an hour to get 16 people on here. Woohoo. So I am answering questions for donations. Does not have to be a huge donation. Just whatever you feel you can do. Just running short on pet things for the end of the month and yada yada. And Leisha, I will get with you after this live so we can schedule something. It's too hard to do the messenger and do the live at the same time. So but thank you. Oh, well, she ordered. I actually ordered it, but it came. She paid for it. But yeah, I need to do a what do you call it? I need to do an auto write. I've been saying that for the last few days. And I was gonna do it today, and then I didn't even get on live till like 7 o'clock because, you know, I took a shower and then I decided, oh, I'm gonna put makeup on, and because I have to. I can't, trust me, I look a mess. You guys should see me before I put makeup on. And I love the company, Pharmacy. I actually sell it, but I haven't been doing too good on it because I haven't been able to do lives. And then when I do lives, it's not like I'm some amazing makeup artist. I know. I don't know what's going on. I thought it was, I don't know if it's spiritual or if it's me, but it's so up and down with me, you know? But it would help if I actually like went to bed early instead of at 4 o'clock in the morning. But I'll feed the animals and I'll leave them in their crate and it's nice and quiet. And I lay down on my nice heated couch and I fall asleep sometimes. But last night I had my bird out till like, not my big one, my conure. And I caught him saying, 'cause I want to. And I've never heard him talk before. I've heard him mumble and stuff, but it's windy outside, man, people. What? How weird. Hold on, I'm gonna check again. I checked the PayPal. It says it's there, but then when I go to load it, it says it's not. It's weird. I'm trying to get it off there before they take it for something else. Oh, it was old. 13 days ago. No wonder. Can you? I don't see anything. Can you double check that and make sure it's the right thing? Make sure it's the right email, because sometimes people accidentally put a wrong letter in there. Because it's not there. I wanted to make sure it went through. Okay, thank you. I know. And I love the makeup, but it's like, it sucked. I did a live the other day, and there was a cat over there, and my dogs were outside, and they were like going crazy. Not for my PayPal. My PayPal at Hotmail. Did you? Oh, it's Hotmail, not Gmail. Yeah, it's pinned at the top. Which one? Because my conure, he like mumbles, but he flew into the kitchen and he was talking back to me. I was like, "What are you doing in here?" And I have it on TikTok and I also put it on my Facebook. But I was like, "What are you doing in here?" And he says, "Because I want to." And you could hear it clearly. And I asked him, I said, "Am I tripping or did he say that?" And then I'd ask him again, "Why are you in here?" And he's like, "I want to." It was pretty cool because he's never answered me before. I don't know if it's a he or she, actually. I don't have a DNA test on him, but I just keep calling him a him. But I've never heard a conure like the blue royal conures. There's one on TikTok. He talks like back and forth to his person, and he's very clearly, but I've never heard him do that before. It's pretty cool. But my big bird, my ringneck, she was the one that was talking the other night, and she was saying, "What you doing? What you doing?" And a lot of times she'll just mumble, but she's saying words, but I can't understand it. But today she said, "Hi, baby." And I was like, yes, because I've been wanting her to say that because I constantly tell her, "Hi, baby, how you doing?" So I didn't realize how much I said, "What you doing?" either. Because that's what she learned was her first one. That's what you're doing. But, no, it's Hotmail. Sorry for the confusion. I was gonna tell you, Leisha. Yeah, I guess I missed that when I was looking at the email. It's Hotmail, not Gmail. I used to have that email, but I haven't used it. So, yeah, I like this one because it's all natural. Like they don't put all the crap that Mary Kay puts in it, because a lot of United States puts a lot of crap in there, and a lot of stuff breaks me out. This stuff doesn't break me out. I love this stuff because it's so I don't know. It's just better for your skin and stuff. I've been breaking out lately, but I don't think it's because of that, because I haven't been wearing anything. I don't know what's going on with me and why that's happening, because it was under control for a while. But as you can see, I don't look broken out. It's really good makeup. And the good thing is it's really good for your face. And it's super affordable. Like, really affordable. So, we're expecting snow around 11 p.m. Well, I hope I could get out tomorrow to do what I need to do. Yeah, it was because I want to. I have a video. There's a video on TikTok, Pet Love 7 LUV. Here, I'll put it here if you guys want to follow it. Oh, crap. Yes, we have skincare, we have cleaner, we have sprays, we have a men's line, we have all kinds of stuff. Thank you. Appreciate it. I have food right now, but I'm gonna run out in a few days, and I don't have an SPCA here. We used to do the free food thing up here, but we don't do it anymore. Just cat food. I have dog food, but my litter is my thing. I need to change my litter, and I ran out because something took off my card when I was in Bakersfield, and that I forgot about, that I was using for classes, and I really should have canceled it. And I went to go get litter, and I didn't have any money. I was like, shit. But December is really slow for me for some reason. What was I doing? I was doing something. I was looking something up, but now I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, I remember. Anyways, if you want to see it and you have TikTok, I have it on that one. That's where he says it. But where can you see what, my makeup or the video I'm talking about? That video is also on my profile. It's freaking hilarious. I just couldn't believe he talked back to me. And he kept saying stuff, but I couldn't really understand what else he was saying. But, oh, if you want to join that group for my makeup, and you get 50% commission too. and 50% off of what you buy. It's pretty cool. It's Shine Like a Diamond if you want to join that group. But like I've had a time where like my face like got all red and bumpy, and I tried some of the stuff that I have and it calms it down. I love it. It just calmed it down for me. Yeah, go into, I have a page, Shine Like a Diamond, but I also have a group, Shine Like a Diamond. So you can go to both. Yes. Yeah, it's the Shine Like a Diamond one. That's the skincare. Because you have to make your own name for it. Doo-doo. I think that we have better products only because they're from Europe and they are, like I said, they don't have a lot of the crap that, you know, the other has. Thank you, Alicia. If you want a question, let me know. Okay, lady, I'm going to look. Thank you. Sorry about that. Sorry about that confusion. Oh my gosh, you are heaven on angel earth. Earth, heaven on angel, earth. Angel on earth from heaven. Yes, it's on Facebook. Thank you. You're a sweetheart. So you guys can keep the questions coming if you want to. Yeah, Alicia, we'll talk about scheduling your reading after this live. I'll message you. That way, because it's just too hard to schedule right now. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Hey, it's 11:11 on my thing. 11 likes and 11 watchers. What a great, wonderful sign. I think next year is going to be really good for me. I don't know. I just have a really good feeling about it for some reason. Plus, it's the age of Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. I keep being told that next year is supposed to be bomb for us. I hope so. Yes. Thank you. That is so helpful. You have no idea. Okay. So, did you have a question that you wanted to ask for that? Or also, did you, who was it? I think your name's Alicia, right? A. Clifton. If you guys want a question, just let me know. Okay. Well, I'll get that auto write out soon then for you. I know you're probably curious. It was weird how that all happened. It was like all of a sudden Spirit started showing me world events, and I was like, what the heck is this? So then I said, well, I'm going to do an auto write like I used to do. I had like an idea. I'm going to do an auto write like I used to do for Delphi, but I'm just going to do it randomly. I'm not going to pick a certain case or anything. And I was going to focus on like crime cases and stuff, maybe things that were going to happen. And I lost my train of thought. Anyways, I don't remember what I was saying. I hate when it happens. It happens to me so much. What was I saying? Can someone remind me? I hate when my brain does that. It just like turns off. Oh, I remember about the auto writing. So, anyways, so I was like, I'm just that happens all the time. I went up to the counter and I went to ask somebody for something and I totally forgot the name of it, so I'm all describing it. And they're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, lady. happens so much. Anyways, about the auto writing. So I was going to sit down and I was going to try to pick up on cases or whatever. And all of a sudden, Spirit starts giving me world events. And I'm like, what the heck? And then they ended up happening. And my friend that follows me, she told me, she says her shrink thinks she's crazy because she tells her shrink stuff that I say because it happens. And so she says it fills up her anxiety because, and I'm like, this is not supposed to do that. It's just mostly supposed to validate. So she tells her shrink all about me and my predictions and how it gives her anxiety because she's seen it come true. So flips her out. But anyways, so they started giving me world events. And I'm like, okay, I'll just go with the flow. And then I think it was the last auto write, they started giving me celebrities. And I was like, okay, so now Spirit wants me not to just do crime, but now they want me to do world event and celebrities. I don't even know anything about celebrities. So I'm like, okay, besides the random list that I have that I couldn't figure out where to put it because it's, I'm always adding to it. But there's a copy I know in the group, but I haven't added to it with all the stuff I've gotten. So anyways, it's funny. I hate when my mind does that. Sometimes they say it's Spirit, and sometimes I just think it's my issues. I have my brain and brain farts. That's not true from what I know and my beliefs. I've always bought my tarot cards. What you do, and I've never heard that before. A lot of people say that about sage too, and I'm like, no. Like, Native Americans sell it. Have you ever been to a powwow? It's sold everywhere. If they couldn't sell it, they wouldn't sell it. Ridiculous. A lot of these rules are just crazy. You can buy your own tarot cards. What you do is you go and you look. I always they can be regular tarot cards. They can be the oh gosh, what are those cards called? They're more like guidance cards. And you just have to go and see what deck you're drawn to. And then whatever deck you're drawn to, then you get those and then you sleep with them under your pillow. You carry them with you. You put them in a case with some stones. You kind of get them attuned to you. And that's how they work. They do not have to be gifted to you. Gosh, probably because it's very windy outside. It's windy outside. We're expecting snow, I guess, or a storm or something. I don't know if it's going to snow down here, but higher up. Yeah, I mean, everybody has their own beliefs. I have never heard that personally, and I don't believe that way. None of my cards, well, I can't say none of them. I had one pair. One of my favorite ones was gifted to me, and they're very straightforward. It's just like one word, this is what this means. One word, this is what this means. And they're love cards. Those were gifted to me. I really like those. Those are they're known as the twin flame deck, but they're for love readings. But I mean, they don't have to. I mean, who's gonna just be giving their cards out to you? No one would ever do card readings. You know how hard it is to find someone just handing out random tarot cards? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, logically, it doesn't make any sense. No one would ever be a tarot reader. So that's what you do is you buy it. You get them attuned to you, sleep with them under your pillow, you carry them with you, you put your precious stones in get a little carrying bag, yeah, I mean, that makes no sense because no one would be doing tarot readings because I'm not sure there's very many people that are just handing out tarot cards for free. Sorry, I'm not trying to bash on anybody. Don't take that the wrong way. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me and it's not how I believe, so. What do you mean? Can you elaborate? I'm not sure what you're asking. But yeah, just pick a card that you're drawn to. Like, who was that lady that did all those? She did all those cards and stuff, and now all of a sudden she's about Jesus and she doesn't do this anymore. I'm about Jesus and I still do it. I don't understand. So, what's up, Diego? I don't know who you are. I've never seen you on here before, but hi. What do you mean, Sharon? Can you elaborate on what you're saying? Silly. Well, at least you guys are laughing. At least we're raising some vibrations, right? Right. No, it doesn't work that way. You can buy them yourself. Trust me. You need to be drawn to your deck. Somebody else is not going to know what deck is speaking to you. So they have a bunch of different ones. There's that guy psychic. He had Holland. John Holland has some. I have a pair of theirs. But you need to go on if you're going to get the regular tarot card, and it's going to be just like a different kind because they have all different kinds. If you're going to get the regular tarot cards that has the wheel and all that, or if you're going to get like a guidance card because they're different. And somebody has different cards for different readings, you know, and it's kind of, I have a bunch of different cards, but I don't even use them. But I have them in case I ever want to, you know. Yeah, you, Sharon, you said, what's love? And I don't know what you mean by that. But you just have to go. You can get them on Amazon. It doesn't matter where you get them, or in a spiritual shop, whatever. Or you can just type it up online and find a shop to get them at. But you can just go by what you know, the ones that you're drawn to the most is the ones that you need. Well, it depends whatever questions you want to ask. Yeah, Oracle. That's what I was trying to think of, Leisha. Thank you. My brain. Woo! Okay. Well, the thing about love readings, or love in general, is a lot of times we go through a time where we need to be by ourselves. Doreen Virtue, that's her name. That's her name. That's what I was trying to think of. She took off all her angel cards and everything off because all of a sudden it's against the law when you love Jesus. And that's not true. I don't know where she got that stuff at, but I mean, I love Jesus. I pray to Jesus. I love God. I pray to God. And I still do this because God gifted me with this. And I feel like I'm doing his work. But anyways, when I was going for the love reading, I'll try to stay on one thing because I swear I have ADHD or ADD and I go all over the place. So when it comes to love, there's a certain time where we have to go through times where we're by ourselves, and you can't really be happy with someone else until you're happy by yourself. Learning to love yourself, learning different things about yourself. When you get to that point, you kind of have to let love come to you, or it's going to be wrong. I've noticed that the more you look for love, the more you push it, the more you kind of push it away, and the more you get with the wrong people. You put it out into the universe what you want. You can manifest someone, but regardless, you got to remember that you chose on the other side someone to be your path with. So, you know, you made that contract with them. Everybody that we come together with, we have a relationship. We're there to learn lessons, for one. We're there to complete contracts, for two. And when we leave those relationships or they don't work out, it's usually for a reason. We take the lesson that we learned from that relationship, right? Like, I learned a lot from past relationships, and I'm not going to repeat those things. Well, some people learn harder and they keep repeating it. We attract different people. I attracted abusers. You know, narcissists and abusers are attracted to people like me and people like, you know, that are very sensitive. So you have to kind of just sit back, work on yourself, work on your life, focus on your things. You can still manifest it, but Violet, just wait. Come this way. You're crazy. Hold on. She's gonna pull out my. There you go. Now lay down. She's gonna pull out my thing. So you know, you kind of just have to get out of those old habits. You have to understand what it is to love yourself, to be okay with yourself, and to be okay to be alone. Once you're in that place, right, we can't fix them. So once you're in that place, you can manifest, like I said, you can manifest, but that person is not going to come around till it's time in his life and time in your life. time in the other person's life and the time in your life. And I keep getting a reference to next year for you for some reason, though. But I feel like it's one of those chance meetings, and you need to kind of not be looking for it. The more that we look for love, the more that we push it away. I myself have been single, very regularly single, a very long time, not in a real relationship, a very long time. 8 years. So, if it ever happens, great. If it doesn't, great. Whatever happens is what's meant to happen. So, yes, soul contracts. So we make soul contracts. So it's already predestined if you're going to meet somebody or not. But it's up to your free will on if you take the road to meet that person. It's up to their free will and if they take that road to meet you. You know what I mean? So although you can have, it's destined for you guys to meet, or it's pre-planned. Like I said, one main road, many different ways to get there. And sometimes you miss them, just because of things that are happening in your life. And then you meet someone else. So it's all on the path and the road that you take is who you're going to meet. Or if you're going to meet them or not. I've gotten very detailed information on a lot of people's, person that they're going to meet. And it hasn't really happened for any of them because it's not the right time. It's not the right time for them. It's not the right time for this other person. Everything has to kind of align right in divine timing. I've been told by many different readers that I have someone coming similar looking to who my husband was. And they've said this for 8 years. I haven't had a reading in a very long time, but that's what they always said, the same thing. I've always seen the same thing in my eyes, but I know it's not going to happen where I'm at right now. I know this isn't the right time, and I know where I live at, that person's not going to be here. So, I know when I move, things might change for me. So it's all in kind of the path and stuff, but they keep giving me 5, I think within the next 5 years. I know that's a long time, but it can be anywhere between now and then. It doesn't have to be the full 5 years. But just keep in mind that don't look for it. Just keep going on with your life. That doesn't mean don't talk to people and things like that, but focus on you. Because I noticed that when we focus on ourselves, we raise our vibration, we get our energy to where we can match that other person's energy. That's when we attract them to us. Like attracts like. So a lot of times, if we're attracting the lower people or the people that are abusive or whatever, sometimes it's because we want something so bad that we just attract whatever instead of what we're meant to attract. Still, we learn lessons from them and we have the contracts with them, but you need to get in a place where you're attracting the right kind of people. And that's energetically. A lot of people don't understand how energy really does relate to everything. Our energy is what we put out and what we're going to attract. So, some people are meant to be alone forever. Not everybody's going to have that great love. Not everybody's going to have, someone that they die with. Not everybody's going to have that because they chose that. A lot of times the spiritual path is a lonely path, I've noticed. Sometimes it's not. It just depends on what you chose. So, I think in time, and I feel like this person's going to be a friend first. And then it'll gradually, good. And that's how you have to be. It doesn't really happen until you're okay and you're happy with who you are and yourself, because let's get it right. You can't really truly love somebody else until you truly love yourself. We come into this world alone, we leave it alone. So we have to kind of learn how to be alone. But and sometimes people go through long period of time, but it's about changing and shifting your energy and healing from old past wounds. If I would have gotten really with anybody between now and then, my relationship was really hard and losing him and everything was very hard. It's hard not to compare. So I'm not ready there. But when I get ready, when I'm in the divine timing for everything to align, like the stars aligning, that's kind of like a real thing that really does happen when it comes to relationship and the right people meeting the right people. So, You kind of just have to go through like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But here I'm going to manifest this person. Now, I do feel like someone, you don't know them now, but they will become your friend within that time frame. It can always shift. Time frames can always shift depending on your life, their life, what they're going through, what you're going through, blah, blah, blah. So this person looks like he has darker hair, a mustache, kind of a longer face. He's older looking, but he's handsome for his age. And I think he might wear glasses. I don't know if they're just reading or not. He has a little bit of wider shoulders. He kind of reminds me of maybe like a lumberjack, but he's not like, he's like a handsome lumberjack. I don't know if that makes sense. But I think he's going to be a friend first, and he'll gravitate from there. Right now, it's just about working on yourself. If you want to work on your energetic, because there's lots of meditations and things you can do to open up your energy, to fix your energy, to attract the right person. There's lots of meditations out there to also attract that, and yeah, of course you can't meet anybody unless you're out of the house. And honestly, I'm jaded in my work. Like, that's another thing. I don't trust nobody, even online now. Like, I started to go back online and I was like, I don't know. I keep thinking of Chris, what's his face? Shanann's husband. I keep thinking of him in my head every time because they were like, they look so perfect. Everybody looks so, and he acted, you would never know, It just makes me nervous. Like, I don't trust anybody these days. I know there's good men out there, but it makes me really nervous about people. Like, you never really know. They don't show their true colors. But I think this person, they just keep talking about like someone that's like a French, like it will be a friendship and you guys will be really good friends. And then I think it'll advance from there. So, I mean, it's all about just relaxing kind of until then. All about the divine timing. Right? Or unless you get online, which is nerve-wracking in itself, right? Okay, let me go back up here. I think that's because people don't know how to draw the line between God and the devil. They think they're messing with the devil once you... Well, it's weird because she was a really good medium. And I feel like this. God gave me these gifts because I asked for them. So I know he gave them to me. If I was going around doing bad things, I could understand it coming from the devil or a bad level. Yeah, Watts. Sorry. My brain is weird today. Yeah, but Barry, you can kind of tell he's an asshole. Chris Watts did not look like an asshole. He looked like a normal dude. And so that's what, I think about. But, anyway, see, I lost my train of thought again. I hate when I do that. Oh, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So I could understand if I was doing bad things with my gifts, but I help people. When I do readings, I see a transformation. Like I was saying earlier, I feel their vibration raise. I feel the healing begin. I see a shift. When I help them with their life problems, they just feel better talking to me about it. They just feel better getting a little bit of answers. So there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. Like I said, with cases, I'm trying to help people that have been murdered, that have been taken, things like that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's all of the light. How can helping people be bad? You know what I mean? It can't. So, about that, people thinking that they're just yeah, and like I said, narcissists and the assholes are attracted to people like us. It's just the way it is. Thank you. And after I was always kind of intuitive and stuff, but after my husband passed, I really did pray for this gift. I really did want to talk to spirit, and I prayed hard for it. And I really did want to be able to communicate with my husband, which I was able to. I really did want to communicate and help others the way that I was helped by mediums. And so, I prayed for it. God gave it to me. And over time, it's gotten stronger and stronger. Is it paying the bills right now? No. But I'm hoping that one day it will, I'm hoping that one day I'll get better known and it'll pay the bills and stuff. I've had a lot of people tell me that I'll get there, maybe. I've had a lot of mediums tell me that I'll be famous. It doesn't matter, I just want to help people. But paying the bills would be better than struggling because I've struggled my whole life, and why it's like that, I don't know. I've picked that for this part of my life, I guess. I needed to struggle and not be able to work a regular job like I used to, I guess. I needed to go through that in order to get into my gifts, in order to do what I do. And I think I'm hoping and praying that next year it'll improve and it'll get better. I think next year is going to be my year for some reason. I don't know why. It just feels better. But it's always harder to communicate with our own loved ones. The only reason I was able to communicate with him the way that I did was, for one, he's my twin flame, so we share a soul, so we're connected in a very strong way. And for another way, in auto writing, I was just able to do it. Not everybody can do that with their loved ones. For some reason, it's harder because we know so much about them. We question what we're getting, and is that really coming from them, or is that coming from me, because I already know that about them. Like, I notice it's harder for me to connect to my grandparents, like for my mom and for myself, because of things that I already know, than it is for me to connect to my husband, because I don't know why it's like that. I know that we're twin flames and that connection is supposed to be super strong. So it's easier to connect to their twin flames on the other side than it is regular loved ones. So you can talk to your loved ones and you can listen, and things that pop in your mind are them replying to you, whether it be memories, whether it be something they would say, whether it be something they would do. If it pops in your mind, that's them replying to you. You can talk to them all you want. You don't need a medium to talk to your loved ones. You can talk to them yourself. And then you just have to wait for a sign or a reply from them. They do reply. You just have to be open to seeing it and open to hearing it, open to, because it might come in the form of a thought that you think is your own thought, but it's not. It's actually spirit. So you just pay attention to your thoughts and stuff after you've talked to them. Because as long as you're open-minded, and you're open to it, they can communicate. Oh, Lord. It's all in my book. But honestly, I didn't know we were twin flames until after he passed away. Then I met up with my mentor who passed away. I think it was last year. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before. I think it was last year. And she'd been doing this work for 30 years. And she told me what twin flames were, and she explained it to me and everything. And I said, oh my gosh. And she said, these are twin flame, blah, blah, blah. And I said, now everything makes sense. Why it was so hard, why he was the way he was, why I felt the way I felt about him, regardless of what he did. Like, now it all made sense. The numerology made sense of when we met, when he passed on the same day we met a year later. Like, there was just so many connections. Yeah, I did. Well, I wrote about my journey here. It's that one. Yeah. And so, that's kind of how I figured it out. Then every other medium that I talked to told me the same thing. I had a really good friend, and I really miss her a lot, and I don't understand why things went the way they went, but I met her because of getting a reading with she was saying, oh yeah, he's your twin flame and all this stuff. So, and then it made sense. And then, I learned my own stuff and I connected to him and I understood it all. So yeah, he was only, he passed away exactly a year to the day we met. The same day we started talking was the same day he passed a year later. Crazy. I mean, just crazy. 11 is a twin flame number. We were married November 11th. Our life path numbers add up to 11. There's just a lot of numerology that happens, but he struggled a lot because he had really demons, and then he did alcohol and drugs to kind of help him with those demons, and they turned him into someone that I didn't know, and a lot of twins, I noticed that twin females are stronger than twin males. The twin females are the ones that are usually stable and on path and all of that. And the males are the ones that usually go off, and because they've had a hard life or whatever, they can't deal with it. They do the drugs and the alcohol. I've noticed that. So it's all in my book. I don't want to say it here. Twin flame, you have to understand, is not a regular connection. It's an obsessive feeling. When you meet that person, it's like you're obsessed with them. You can't breathe without them. And it's not somebody normally you would stay with after the things that they've done. Romeo and Juliet is a good example of twin flames. It's always tragic. Usually always tragic. Only about 1% of twin flames actually make it on Earth. They seem to do better on the other side. And I'll just say the internet. It was on Facebook, but it was beyond that. So it's kind of like I said, an obsessive feeling. Like you feel like you can't breathe without them. It's no other, in like any other relationship that you've ever been in. And when you're intimate with them, it's more like your souls collide, rather than just a normal meeting. I don't know how else to explain it. It's earth-shattering is what it is. But it's also hard because of the dark forces that try to come in between you, and because of the issues that they have. It's rare for it to happen. So, I'm sorry to hear that. You can still connect to them probably easier than anybody else on, the other side. Twins are usually able to connect. It's very rare for a twin to meet. They think that twin flames think that there's this thing going around where it's like it's so easy to meet your twin flame and everybody's your twin flame. There's a lot of mimic twin flames out there where you think it's your twin flame, but it's not really, because it's very similar. It's karmic soulmates or something like that. Not saying your guys' aren't. I'm just saying everybody is like, oh, I met my twin flame, but it's usually not saying that you guys are like that. I'm talking about like in this group that I'm at, it's like constantly about, and it's a rare thing actually for twin flames to actually meet and have a physical life together, especially one that lasts. But I do know that twins, are reconnecting here, but it's much harder for them to connect on the earth plane than it is for one to be on the other side and one to be here. They always have a purpose, and they always are here to do work. They're usually always psychic as well and have gifts. And so this is why it works kind of the way it did. And like, I wouldn't have my gifts if it wasn't for him, because I wouldn't have tapped into anything unless he would have passed away. I wasn't the same person. I'm not the same person now that I was then. I'm completely different in that aspect. Plus I was younger, but it's kind of those life-changing things. And then when he passed away, that's when I really opened up and really got in tune. So I was always psychic before. I just hadn't really fully tapped into my full potential. So, usually twins have gifts, and usually when they're on the other side is when they do the best work. So I feel like him being on the other side is just better. And also he needed to go, I understand now why he needed to go. I understand that things weren't gonna end in a good way if he stayed. So his soul decided to go. His higher soul decided to go, or his higher self decided to go for that reason. Because on a soul level, he never wanted to hurt me. It's just, it's hard because the dark controls so much of twin flames. They try to come in between because they say that one happy true twin flame couple emits as much light as if all of Europe were to attain enlightenment. So that's a lot of light, and they don't like the twins being together because of that, because of all the good they could do together if they were to actually come together and stay together, and two souls into twos into one. So he does. Twins can usually become your guide, and he did become my guide, and he does help me a lot. I feel like a lot of the work I do is with help of him. I do know that he's a strong protector when it comes to keeping, the spirits I don't need to talk to away. It almost feels like he could be partly a gatekeeper for me, because I feel like he has a lot to do with letting people in and stuff, because I've seen him sometimes do that. But I don't talk to him as much as I used to. I used to auto write him all the time. I don't do that anymore. I felt that it becomes I have to live my human life, and sometimes it's hard when I'm when I was connected. But I did connect to him a lot. In the beginning of my journey. I was constantly meditating and connecting to him in my meditations, because you can do that. There's lots of meditations that you can do to connect to your loved ones, and I would do that. It's all I talk about a lot in my book, and I have some of my auto writes in there as well from him. So a twin flame journey is not, it's not something you really want to go through. You do want to go through the soulmate journey, which is more, it's not as hectic, it's not as crazy, it's not as whirlwind. Although we can have many different soulmates, not just one. And they can be, family, they can be friends, they can be your pets. But they do have different kinds of soulmates. Oh, awesome. Thank you. I used to, I was doing pretty good for a while, but then it just stopped, and I realized, well, I haven't really talked about it in a while because I hadn't been on live. So, well, it was beyond that. Like, twin flames, you just have that deep love, like in love. And regardless of what they're doing to you or what, it's hard to explain. Like, twin flames, we put up with so much crap from the other twin flame that we wouldn't normally put up with from another person, put it like that. And it's just because the connection is so strong, like super duper strong. I don't know how to explain it other than your world rocks, and you can't breathe without him. Like, we literally had to be talking all the time on the phone, texting, something, or else it was like I couldn't breathe. And I've never felt that way before, anybody before. I've loved my son's dad and everything, but this was in love. It was different. And so I put up with a lot of things I wouldn't normally put up with because of that. And I think that's just because of the twin flame. I call it the twin flame curse. Because honestly, it can be. It's usually very tragic. And so the twin flame curse, a lot of people say, oh, I want to meet my twin flame. No, you don't. But at the same time, I wouldn't give up the love and everything. When he was sober, we had that deep, deep love that you always dream of. And that's what makes it so sad. So, you know what I mean? Yep, to the depths of the soul. It's unlike anybody you've ever been with before in your life. It's like, I don't know, but at the same time, it's crazy, 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 crazy. So, sweet dreams, Sharon. Thank you. I have to make sure I didn't miss any. that guy said he was going to ask a question, then he disappeared. Doo-doo. Yeah, you do have to be out to be able to meet someone, you know. I'm the same way. Okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing any questions. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. If you had the choice, I'd pick a soulmate over twin flame any day. But it's hard to say that because, like I said, the love is very strong and very deep. It's just, it's not as hard and tragic and not filled with so much chaos as a twin is. I mean, twin is total chaos most of the time. So, and a lot of them do have substance abuse issues. You know, they do. And it's sad. It's sad that, and it's, a lot of it is giving over to the dark side. But I have noticed that a lot of the male, a lot of the male twins do struggle with addictions and things like that. And I think it's just because they're not strong enough to fight the dark side. I know he had a an attachment, and I'd seen it in many of the pictures we took together, and I think that had a lot to do with it as well. Because, and he would tell me things like, you know, you were meant for me. We were written in the stars. And like, that was so true, because we were, you know, when you go into the twin flame part of it, we were created together. So he used to always say stuff like that. So there's so many signs, but I didn't have any idea at the time what twin flames were. Otherwise I would have understood it better. And the sad thing is like, you can't really help people like that because they don't want to get help. Like, he would always deny that he had any kind of problems. I thought it was mental issues. I didn't really know until after I knew he drank, but I didn't know about the drugs or anything until after he passed. And I realized, but he gave me the okay for the book because I asked him, I said, well, do you want me to tell the whole truth or some of the truth? Like, I don't, you know, people are going to think of you differently and stuff. And when I wrote the book, and he told me, just tell it like it is. Tell it like it is. Because it'll teach people, you know. So before I wrote certain things in there, I asked him and wanted to make sure that that's what he wanted. So, but yeah, the negative, they try to break up the relationships because it's just too much light. And I just don't think the males are strong. I don't know. I hate to say that, but it's true because I've only seen the females really survive. I did a couple twin flame readings for people that had twins on the other side, and it was all the same story as mine, you know, addictions and issues and things like that. And, you know, they're different on the other side, though. They go over there and they heal and they learn, and they have to feel everything that they made us feel. And it's torture on them, but it's for the good. It's to teach them, you know, it's to teach them how we felt. It's so that they learn and they heal. So I didn't know anything about the attachment when he was alive. I didn't know anything about it. I couldn't see things in pictures at that time. I hadn't opened up. So I didn't know anything about it. I just knew that he became a different person. It was like there was a demon in him, but I wasn't into that stuff. So I think part of it was the book. I think the book was to help people understand addiction, to help people understand the twin flame journey, and to help people understand other aspects of it. And to understand our relationship, because if they really knew the truth, they wouldn't really understand why I stayed. I also think it was part to understand when people are in domestic violence relationships and when people have addictions and things. I think that when we're a spiritual worker, we go through a lot in life so that we can understand where our sitter is coming from, because they have the same issues. And so I think that sometimes we go through those things so that we can understand the sitter's point of view. So I think that was part of the mission. I think it was to help me be a better medium and a better psychic. And I think it was, you know, I think part of our mission is, no, don't climb on the computer. I think part of our mission is to like I said, work on cases together. There's a reason I'm doing it. But no twin here works without the twin on the other side helping them. So even though he's not here, that's part of our mission. What I'm doing is our mission. So, knowing and learning about the twin flame journey and helping people understand it better, that as well. I might write other books. I don't know. I'm very, what's that word? When you just put things off and don't do them. It took me 5 years to write that book because I just kept putting it off. Procrastinator. I'm a very huge procrastinator. But I really do think. I think that, and I know that he, like I said, I know that he left to save my life because what was going to happen that night was not going to be in my favor. So he was on his way to my house when it happened, and I know that it happened to protect me. And then I know that everything happened for me to have a higher understanding of, issues. Like I can say that I've probably experienced a lot of what other people have experienced when it comes to the bigger, the bigger things. And I thought about doing a whole life book, but I don't know. But I think that's too why I get so many domestic violence cases. It helps me have a kind of higher understanding of it. And it also shows the forgiveness that you can give somebody on spirit on the other side. Because, I did forgive him because I knew it wasn't him. I knew it was the drugs and alcohol, and people say, oh, that's it. That's an excuse. No, it really was, because when he was sober, he was the most beautiful person ever. He never was mean at all to me when he was sober. So, I've learned to forgive him, and I've learned that they do change on the other side. I mean, he's a very powerful light being on the other side. I have people connect to him when I do classes and things when they're learning, because he's very good at coming in, and he has a very calming effect when he comes in. I mean, he's a guide, so he has that calming effect, but he's also knows how to communicate. So that's another thing. We teach people together, because whenever I don't really work in this group. I don't really do this group anymore, but I have a group where I have other psychic and mediums work on cases, but I don't let them work unless they've kind of gone through a little trial thing. I have them do a reading for me so that I can make sure they can connect to spirit and they're accurate. And I always had him do it. And so in a way we were working together to pick the psychic mediums to work on the page. So, and just like now, we work to, we work cases and stuff together, because I know he's helping me. I know he's guiding me. I know he's doing everything that he can. And I know when I ask for things, he's part of the reason I get them, because he said multiple times, I couldn't take care of you on earth. I wasn't right to you. At least I can take care of you now. And that's how a lot of, people that have done us wrong look at it, is that yes, they messed up, as they do here, because everybody has lessons they have to go through. We weren't always good people. I'm sure that we screwed up and were mean to people. So we have to go through the other end of the stick. That's part of the learning process, the part of the karmic process. And the reason why it's called R&R Love is because his name is Rocky. So we both had our name with R, and he would name our love that. And the weird thing is, he was psychic. He was very gifted, but the same thing is he would kind of block it off. He was Native American, so he was, connected to his ancestors. And I didn't realize how gifted he was until I went back on some of his letters and stuff that he'd written, and he would say that our love people would be talking about it. And it didn't hit me actually until right now. Well, I wrote a book about it. So he told me about that before I ever wrote the book. And it makes sense now. You know what I mean? So, but I have a whole book of his letters that I kept, and for a long time after he passed away, that's what helped me is I made like a memory thing and I slept with it. You know, everybody gets through things their own way, you know. I don't have a lot of his stuff here. What I did have, I had a hard time doing anything with. You know, his jacket's still in my closet. It's falling apart, but I wore it for days afterwards. It just, you know, I always try to remember the good instead of the bad because I try not to judge people by their mistakes. I have seen him in a few dreams. Actually, I just dreamed about him. But it's been a while because as time goes on, they have to let us live our human life. But when he first passed, I used to dream of him a lot. And for the next few years, I would dream of him and we would have our little twin flame visits that can be very, very physical on a spiritual level, if that makes sense. And I just dreamed of him like it was a couple weeks ago. I had like 2 dreams of him this month or something. But our dreams are always weird. It's always like me running from him or something, or it's never like I always feel that it's him and I feel the love, but our dreams are very I don't know. They don't really make sense. Well, communicating I would normally auto write, but I don't really do it anymore. I haven't auto wrote him in I think years. Just because I didn't feel that I needed to anymore, you know. But also, I could like talk to him and I'll hear him talk back. Like if I need to talk to somebody, I'll start talking to him, or if I'm like, damn it, you know, why aren't you here to help me with this or something? And he'll reply. And he's given a lot of like huge, like he doesn't give little signs. Any signs that he gives are huge. And it's like I can't deny that they're from him, you know, like he'll do that kind of stuff. So yeah, it is. And it's like it's hard to explain because it's not like it's like we're going through this role playing thing in the dream, but I know it's him and I feel the love and everything. Like I feel different with him in the dream. And we always kiss and stuff in the dream. It's just I can't explain it. But he seems to come in, like, he hasn't come in a dream in a while. So why twice this month, I don't know. But I know that there's some mediums say that they don't miss us, but I don't believe that. I think that they do. Because I've heard mediums say that they don't miss us, they're not worried about us, they're on the other side having a gay time. I think that on the other side for them, it's like they left yesterday. There is no time on the other side. If you haven't ever seen Saving Grace, that's a really good show. The end of it is basically how it is. It's freaking... I was amazed by the end of that show. Also, the end of Supernatural was pretty cool, too. But I was so mad at the end of that show, but it was still pretty cool. But the end of that, Saving Grace... it's really beautiful. I kind of want to tell you, but I don't want to because I don't want to ruin it. But the show is about this doctor. And usually I couldn't really handle bloody things, but for some reason I got used to it on that show. But it's about this surgeon. And she's working in the hospital and she can... and she's working with this guy that she ends up falling in love with. And he can see ghosts. Like he almost dies a few times. It's crazy how many times he almost dies. And he can see ghosts. So he's trying to help the ghosts throughout this whole show. And at the end, he finally dies for good. And they show her going through life and raising their daughter because they have a kid. And they show her getting old. And then the next thing you know, she's on a beach with him. And he's like standing there on the beach and he's throwing rocks, you know, into the water. And he's like, what are you doing here? Like, I just left you. And she's like, no, you didn't. It's been 50 years. And so that was pretty cool. And so it was, you know, and they're both young again and everything. And that's how it really is. It is just like they do just leave us, which isn't really fair for us, right? The fact that, but I think they do, I think they do miss us. I mean, because in every reading he's come in, and in every time he's talked to me how much he loves me, how much he misses me, how sorry he is, blah, 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 blah. So, but if you haven't seen that show, I suggest, it's a good suggestion. I didn't expect for it to be like that. I just thought it was a regular doctor show. It's on Netflix, but it's a really good one. And if you guys haven't seen Supernatural, the finale's out on that on Netflix, and that's really good too. I don't want to ruin that though, because that just came out, and the way they ended it was similar. So I'm glad that they're ending shows where people pass away to show that part of it. That's showing that the world is waking up and opening their eyes, and you know what I mean? I just got dizzy as hell. Unless my whole earth moved. That was weird. Woo! I could be hungry. I just got hella dizzy. It was weird because it wasn't a show I normally watch. I don't usually watch the medical shows. We're really super windy. But I got into watching, so I hope I don't disappear on you guys because it's so windy and I have satellite. But I usually don't watch those kind of shows, like the medical shows, but I've gotten more into watching them. Like I'm watching Body of Evidence. I got kind of mad because they kicked off. I hate when they start with a whole new crew. It's ridiculous. But yeah, it was a pretty good. I wasn't expecting it, dude. I don't know. It could be the wind, or it could just be. I felt like it was me. Like I got dizzy for some reason. But my whole house is shaking. That's how freaking windy it is right now. They said there was a storm coming, but they didn't say it was going to be windy. Hope I can get out tomorrow to get what I need to get. I always think of my goats are down there. I have a nice house, but I always worry, about them. Well, they're not my goats. They're my son's goats. I don't know. It was something. I had to grab the table. That doesn't happen to me. Maybe I'm just channeling a little bit, and because I feel a little spacey too. But yeah, I that is a show I do suggest. It's a good one. You guys should watch. I didn't expect for it to be so spiritual, honestly. Like, I'm glad that the writers are throwing that in, with how the other side is and stuff. Because, like I said, they did a similar thing for Supernatural. So if you haven't seen it, you should watch it, because I had rewatched. It was weird because I just rewatched the whole 5 series, and the whole 5 series, the whole 15 seasons or whatever, and then they came out with I was like, I'm gonna rewatch this. I miss my boys, because I really like Sam and Dean. I always called them my boys. I really miss my boys, so I had to rewatch everything again, and then I was like, it was weird. The finale came out like right after I finished it, so that was good timing. I know I don't have a barn. I will one day when I move. We just built him a little house. We built him a little house, so me and my son, I don't know. I hope it's held together this long. I hope it's, good enough. It's completely covered with tarps and stuff, and I covered all the front and put it on there really good so it wouldn't blow off, so they could still get in and out, but they're blocked from the wind. So yeah, no, there's no room for a barn here. But one day when I get on my acreage, yeah, they're my sons. They're my son's FFA goats, but they might as well be mine. I'm the one that does everything. So I'm the one that's got attached to him. He's like, we're going to sell them. I'm like, no, you're not. We're taking them with us. I bottle fed one of them, so it sucks because his female one is so like skittish. I can't even get next to her, and I think she's pregnant. And I had her going really good in the summer because she's always been very skittish, and I had her really good in the summer, and then it got cold, and I haven't been out as much, and she's just running away from me again. I gotta get some new treats. It's weird because the 3 psychics that I trusted the most, which, like I said, I wish that wouldn't happen. I don't even know what happened with her. But one was my mentor, and she passed away. I want to say it's 2 years ago now. She would always tell me that I was going to be. So it'd be nice, only nice to pay the bills. I don't, for no other reason. I spend money too much. Yeah, they like animal crackers a lot. My animal crackers went bad. So I gotta get some more animal crackers. I accidentally ran across like a big tub of them. They haven't gotten them in a while though, so I need to get some new treats because they went bad. And I went to go give her some goat treats, and those were bad too. So I was like, crap. Something happened, dude. I don't know what. I don't know if it was the wind or just giving you guys all that information or what. But I don't know if you guys saw me grab the freaking table, but I feel like I was going to fall over. It could be medical too. Who knows? I don't freaking know. I don't know anymore. It's hard to tell the difference between medical and spiritual these days. What do you mean? About what sessions? You did join? Yay. What session are you talking about? My reading sessions or... I don't get it. I don't know. I don't understand the question. Yes, I do private readings. You can just message me on Facebook. Yes. Yes. I don't know if the weather's affecting me. Yes. Yeah, I actually haven't done any private readings in a little bit because it's been super slow. I guess I was going to come on here and be like, you guys can purchase readings for other people for Christmas or whatever. And I didn't do that. It's a really good gift. I mean, I had somebody give it for their birthday, and what we did, we didn't even tell them they were getting it. And all of a sudden we added her in a group, and I was like, do you know why you're here? And she's like, no. I was like, well, you're getting a reading today from your mom. And she was all excited. So readings are good gifts too. If someone's open for it, of course. If you think they would want one. Oh, now you want to scream. You're welcome. Mm-hmm. I put all the auto rights if you want to, and all the auto rights and everything are always in the files in there though. I know, like I said, I was going to get on here and do that before Christmas, and my energy level was, so I didn't. Mm-hmm. I had a pretty good amount for a while, but I know it's getting late. there anything else you guys want to talk about? How's the Richter scale? I don't know what it is. I thought maybe it was planetary. The day that we had the great conjunction, I had great energy. I got a lot done. But then after that, I went again. And today I had to like force myself to come on here because I was like, you have to. You just have to, because you know, you need to get litter and stuff for your cat. So you have to go on there. You have to do something. So I forced myself. And then when nobody was on here for a while, I was like, bummed. But I don't know. But then I had that pain like right here. I mean, it could be ascension stuff. I don't freaking know. Do you take magnesium? I know magnesium helps with headaches. But I also got this stuff. I think it's called Vanquish or something. That stuff works really good. Or Midol even works for headaches. But that Vanquish stuff works pretty good. Also, if you have any lavender or anything, or Vicks, even the Vicks with lavender is good. You can put it on your temples. I'm waiting to hear about the Richter scale. What are you doing? Hi, baby. What are you doing? I wish you'd do that when I'm recording her. I'm looking. What are you doing? Every time I go to record her, she runs away. Or she quits talking. Not runs away. She just quits. Man, it's really windy out there, man. Woo! Probably 60-mile-an-hour winds. I know. I can never record her, though. I gotta get that camera set up. What are you doing? She answered me with her. Hi, baby. Did you hear it? She said, hi, baby. Hi, baby. And sometimes I think she makes the sound of a kitten or a cat, because I thought the cat was meowing. It was her. So she's learned how to mimic the cats. Hi, baby. What you doing? The hi baby is new. She just started doing that. She did. I think she did it the one day I was recording her, but I think today was the clearest I heard it. I don't know where Alicia went. She said she sent $10 on the Cash App, but it's not there. Oh, wait. Oh, I have to accept it. Never mind. It's weird when it does that. But she just said hi baby today. That's the first time I've caught it, like her saying it, you know. I don't know what that was. She said something. Oh, you're welcome. welcome. It was fun. Thank you so much for the donation again. And I hope you enjoy the book. I'm sure there's some, I had to have someone help me put it on Amazon because my computer wasn't capable. So, and I'm sure there's some misspellings in there, but I tried to get someone to take it on, and I don't know, the right people are not doing it right or something. So, I don't know. Yeah, she is. Well, she sounds nice, but she's really kind of a biatch when she's out. Like, I have to watch my ears and stuff because sometimes she'll be so nice and then she'll go and try to bite me. She's very hormonal or bipolar. But she sounds so sweet when she's talking. I'm waiting for her to get back to the Richter scales. Yeah. I mean, I didn't notice till I was reading it myself again because I went over that book a million times. But I didn't have anybody to edit it for me, so. Yeah, she's a little shit sometimes. Sometimes she's so sweet. I'm like, oh my gosh. And other times she's just like so sweet, and then she just strikes. Like if I move too fast, she starts going crazy, and I'm like, just calm down. I'm not doing anything to hurt you. Yeah, well, that doesn't mean it won't happen. I've been getting an earthquake for a long time, but they had some up in Sacramento today, I think. I was waiting for you to come back to see if there was anything on the Richter scale. I don't know if that was just a dizzy spell for another reason or what. I don't know. I don't know if it's medical or spiritual. It's hard to tell these days. I don't have any idea. No idea. I wish it was more clear cut. That's like sometimes, like, whenever in a reading, whenever I'm feeling a certain thing, I'm always like, I don't know if it's my issues or not, but I have to mention it. It usually makes sense. But yeah, it was weird. I don't know. It could have been spiritual. I don't have any idea. But I've been having a lot of other stuff going on. That's why I need to go to Bakersfield and get some blood tests done. So if I can get out tomorrow, that's what I'll go do. Because the doctor ordered them. I just haven't been able to go get them. Yeah, I don't know why it was, but I had to grab the damn thing, and then I was like looking, and the cat tree was shaking, but I don't know if the cat had done it or something. You know what I mean? So, well, I have a lot of Aquarius in my chart. I have my rising, my sun, and there's a few planets in Aquarian. So I'm like a lot of Aquarian. And then Libra, I have my moon. So my emotions are like a Libra. That's where I get my justice from because it's the scales. And then I think my Saturn, what is it? My mom just asked me. Saturn? Or something's in Capricorn that's important. She asked me, and I was like, what do you know about that? It was one of my planets. Oh, you're just a mess, aren't you? It could have. My mom's a Cancer. She's a Cancer and a Sagittarius, I think. I think she has Libra too, but I don't know because she didn't know the time she was born. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Yeah, I kind of get affected by the moons, but I don't know. I've had a dizzy spell before, just sitting there before too. I don't know. I could have low blood sugar. I'm too lazy to cook anything. I'm telling you, this sucks because I have so much I need to do, cleaning and stuff, and then I'm struggling to do it. Knock it off, you weirdos. Struggling. Here, let me see if I can play that video on here so I can show you guys if it's quiet enough. Yes, I'm in the mountains. I want to see if you guys hear it. I know I'm not tripping. Yeah.
Really? In here?
Okay. Tell me if you guys can hear it.
Really? What are you doing in here? Huh?
Did you guys hear it? He said because I want to. I want to.
You staying in here? Huh? You are. You staying in here? It's cold in here. It's cold. What? Yeah. You like it though?
He said it again. I want to. He says it like 3 times. I thought I was tripping at first, but the more I hear it, I can't unhear it. Sometimes I think he cusses me out. I swear to God, he says motherfucker. Excuse my language. I swear to God, he does. When he gets really crazy, he says it. And some other choice words. But I think it, I swear he does. I swear. I know I'm not tripping out, but it's when he's like riled up. And he says some other choice words. I swear he's called me a bitch before. And yes, he probably did hear it from me because I do. I'm surprised Kamara isn't cussing. I'm surprised it's just what you doing. Hi, baby. I'm surprised it's not a lot of other cuss words. Because I kind of cuss at my dogs a lot sometimes. Good night. I'm going to get off here too. Tired. It's too windy and I was going to go get something to eat. Stitch, knock it off. I'm surprised she doesn't say the dog's name. I wonder what she's going to come up with. These kind of dogs, or these kind of birds usually say like, peekaboo, I love you, kiss, kiss. She doesn't do any of that yet. It's just, what you doing? And hi, baby. Stitch, give me that spoon. Shit, I can't. We don't have any of that here. I wish. They don't do, yeah, we don't have any of that here. We don't have a Chinese place or anything. We don't have that place that brings you your food. We don't have that up here. They don't have it. Because I was going to do that and drive for that company. And they don't have it where I live. It's like 45 miles away. And I'm like, oh, no. So, yeah, we don't have that here. Or there's another one too. I can't remember what it's called. Which is probably a good thing and a bad thing. I don't know. If the wind dies down, I might. Well, it's already late, so. I know. It kind of sucks. That's what happens when you live in a small town, you know. And it's kind of out of the way of all the big cities too, so they just don't offer it up here. All right, well, I think I'm gonna jump off here. I was just getting ready to jump off. Why? What's up? Aspected. I don't work. What question, Leisha? It depends on the question. I was just getting ready to get off. Yeah, I tried for disability for 8 years and they wouldn't give it to me. Apparently my fibromyalgia is not. My fibromyalgia and back problems apparently aren't enough. What does expected mean? You are being expected big time. I don't know what that means. Do. Yep, it's a good one. I always tell my students to watch it. Hey, what are you doing? Get out. Just wait. Here's the weird one. Violet, don't pull this out. Go on. Huh? I'm trying. I don't understand what that means, Leisha. Can you elaborate? Hold on, Violet. Hold on. Just wait. I'm getting off in a minute. Just wait. Stop. Okay. Quit trying to bite my hair. Weirdo. Hey. What the heck? Yeah, I am. Because of the Aquarius? I think so. Oh, it's supposed to be the age of Aquarius, man. I was looking for the freaking, what's it called? To see what my other planets were, and I saved it. I had my whole chart when I was doing astrology charts. It's just too much for me. No, I know. I know what anemic is. I have it in my life. I don't think I am now. My vitamin D could be low, but I don't have any vitamin D right now. What the hell am I looking for? Jesus. Oh, well. I don't remember. I just remember I have a few planets also on Aquarius. So, that could be what she meant. Leisha, did you want to ask a question now, or what do you want to do? Otherwise, I'm going to jump off and go message you. Yes. Yep. You're welcome. Got it. I don't know what that last part you just said was. Hey. Yeah. That's why I said, I forgot where I heard it at. That this year was supposed to be my year. Yeah. I can't remember. Stitch, leave her alone. She was sleeping just fine. I can't remember if it was, I can't remember. Was my mom asked me where my Saturn was or something? have to go back in my other messages. It's like weird how my thing is now. I have to switch like messengers to see anybody's. Hey, stop it. Yeah, I'm gonna get the planets right now because I'm curious now that we were talking about it. What? What are you saying? It could be low blood sugar. Okay, 1 second. Where the hell is that at? You know what? Breaking something in my eye. Here it is. Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Libra, Mars in Libra, Mercury in Aquarius, Venus in Capricorn, and rising in Aquarius. So my Mercury is also in Aquarius. Venus is who your love partner is supposed to be from when I took astrology, if I remember right. Come here. Get away from that spoon. Cheyenne. I got it wrong. My Venus is in Capricorn. I don't know what my Saturn's in. This is just like a little short. Thank you. My Venus is. So my love partner, I do best with a Capricorn, which doesn't make sense because my son's a Capricorn and we don't. But if I remember right, that's who your love partner is supposed to be from what I took. That's the one thing I remember. Love. Right. Can you stop? Ah! Get out of here. Right. I realized it was one that hasn't happened in a long time. Yep. Hey, leave her alone. I don't know if that's why I don't know if that's why what's going on. I don't know if that's what's going on with me or not. Like sometimes when I have these episodes where I get down for a little bit and then I come back up, I get upgraded. So I don't know, it could be that. Yeah, Alicia, I think she's going to be. I think the fact I feel like you got it kind of early, and I feel like she's going to be on the right meds. Pancreatitis is something that's fixable, I think, from what I remember. They're telling me, I'm hearing that she's going to be okay. One thing they're talking about is make sure that she's drinking a lot. And if she's not, that you're supplementing water, like with a syringe if she's not drinking enough, because that'll help flush it out. I would add apple cider vinegar to her water. I add that to all my animals' water. It helps with bladder infections, UTIs, as also as kidney stones. It helps break up the kidney stones. So just add a little bit to her water. It helps break it all up. So I do that as a preventative. I add it in all their water. But it's got to be the one with the mother and the organic one. I get a big bottle like this at Walmart for like $5. Hey. But that could come up more in your reading, depending on what kind of reading you want. Yeah. Make sure though she's drinking a lot of water. Because the water will help flush it out. Yeah, the one that says with mother on it and it's organic. Apple cider vinegar, yes. I can send you a picture of it in Facebook. Hey! Sorry. I can send a picture of it in hold on. I have to go back in here to get in. Oh, shoot. To get to you. No, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, if she's not drinking, if she's not drinking like a lot on her own, I would, yeah. Okay. Or I'll show you a picture of it. Zook, stop. Where the hell is it? I just took a picture of it for someone else. Where the heck did my picture go? Hold on. Yeah, it's tough. I hate when they're sick like that. I freaking... Mine always happen back to back. There's a cat I need to get into the vet. He's okay right now, but... Where the heck is that picture? Hasn't been that long since I took the dang thing. I have to go take another one. Oh, here it is. It's the raw unfiltered one. I get mine from White House. No. Yeah. Animals are so expensive. Like, if that happened right now, I would not. That's why I try to do the preventative. Because I wouldn't be able to afford that. I'm going to have to be famous one day in order to take care of all these animals. You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to meet you in Messenger. So I'm getting tired, and I only got 4 people anyway. So thanks for joining me, guys. Another 3-hour show. See you next time.